Yo, people. First of all, I want to wish everybody a wonderful weekend and Merry Christmas for yesterday. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday period. Bertram, how are you getting on? How was your Christmas, Bertram?
I'm not a big Christmas celebrator, I would admit, but it was good. It was good. I got the same every year presents from my kids, from my niece and nephews. The whole sweater, socks contingent. I thought I was going to get an Apple headset, but they're telling me it's out of their price range, so we'll see.
Tony, how was your Christmas?
Yeah, I've had an indifferent one, to be honest, because unfortunately, Kyron flagged up positive on Wednesday, so he's isolating at his mum with my daughter. So unfortunately, I couldn't have Christmas Day with them.
Oh, that's a shame. Sorry to hear that, man.
I still had a good Christmas with the family, my sisters, brothers, nieces, and nephews, and it's probably been one of the quietest Christmases on record. But that's no problem for me because I'm not a big Christmas fan, much like Bertram, in all honesty.
Right. Yeah, it's funny because Christmas is like for the kids, and every time it happens now, I'm thinking to myself, all the nostalgia, because all three of my kids are adults. Leonce is 34, Layla's 20, Casey's 18. So it's difficult. Like I don't have anything to celebrate it with. So I went to see my grandchildren, dropped off all of their presents, and then that's pretty much it. But we did Christmas yesterday, so we enjoyed it. But on to the game, guys. As we know, we all need to pick up a stream for the game today because it's not being televised. Bertram should have it on his TV though.
It's a stream also. It's but it's an official stream.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it on Astro.
They're showing the Southampton game on TV, which I don't know why.
I've got it on Astro Sports.
Right. So welcome to everybody who's just joining the stream. I hope you guys have been able to see what's going on in the game. If you haven't, then don't worry. We've got you covered here as always. Let's have a look at the team sheet. Very disturbing. Before I go into the team sheet, let me switch this. If I can do this here. Can I do this here? No, I can't do that there. So let me just try and take that off and then put this one on. Before I go into the team sheet.
I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the teams lined up in the corridor before coming out to the pitch. There's literally no space to swing a cat. If anybody in that little space has got anything, everybody else is catching it. Because it's like literally there's 40 players crammed into a little alley like that.
My God, I mean, that's just bare foolishness. But I just want...
The size of the ground is the size of the ground. They can't expand it. But what they should have done was let's get one team out, let a space, and then let the other team out. But they're literally, the two dressing rooms are opposite each other. One team is coming out before the other, but the two teams were stood in the corridor prior to this, right pretty much next to each other.
I was wondering why Holding was playing, but now this explains it.
Yeah, Bertrand, can you read that out for us?
It says Cedric, Tomiyasu, and Maitland-Niles all missed out on today's squad after testing positive with COVID, which is interesting.
Right, so that was the official release before Arsenal left the team sheet. So now we can focus on the team sheet. The game is about to start soon. I still haven't picked up a stream yet because I got all this stuff going on in front of me. I just fried some plantain and dumpling. I still even had a chance to even eat yet this morning because we normally sort of do next day, Christmas, we fry the gammon.
So quick team news. Norwich have not got their normal goalkeeper. So they've got Gunn, who is, I believe, Brian Gunn's son.
Mm-hmm.
They do have Billy Gilmore, who's one of their exciting players. And they got up front Timo Pukki. We all know Timo very well.
I think they also, I believe they've got sort of 4 or 5 players out.
They have,
I love what's going on right now because Arsenal's just creeping behind, picking up all these points, and all these other teams are going to have to make up this deficit with fixture pile-ups and things like that, while Arsenal will already have the games and the points.
Well, we're going to have constant complaints, right? Because managers are complaining that games should be postponed. They shouldn't have to play given, players' health. But all you're going to do is the fixtures become more congested, isn't it? It's not going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. The more games are put off, the more it gets worse.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect us because if we've played as so guys, a little concern with what's going on. It looks like Ben.
You're breaking up, Apollo.
Right back.
Your stream is freezing.
That makes sense. He has played right back before.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like it's Ramsdale, White, Holding, Gabriel, Tierney with Ben White at right back, and we've got Partey, Xhaka in the midfield, and we've got Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, and Lacazette up front.
So he keeps. Right. So is he going to play the same team 48 hours from now?
That's a good. That's a good question.
And wouldn't this be the game to make those changes?
Yeah.
Yes, it would be.
But at the same time, a lot of these players haven't played for a little while.
No, they played a week ago.
No, because they wouldn't. Well, what the Leeds was it Leeds game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a week. That's a whole.
That's what I'm saying. They played a week ago.
Yeah.
They were pretty much rested.
I thought the Pepes would have got a game today.
Yeah, it would have been understandable, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Take the 3 points while you can, because you don't know what could happen on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The Tuesday game could get cancelled for all you know.
Yeah, that's true. Lewis, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Season's greetings, everybody.
Hello. Nice one, bro. So I still haven't picked up my stream yet. I'll do that now. I've just been busy trying to get all the Twitter and everything all sent off.
Oh, I thought you were on the stream. We're about 3 minutes and 30 seconds in.
I'm not. That's why I'm not commentating at the moment. I'm trying to pick up. I've just sent it live. So we're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook 101 hashtag. What's going on, guys?
We're just kicked off, Bertram. Where are you?
I am 3 minutes and 50 seconds in.
3 minutes.
We're also live on Footy Banter.
Jack always out to. We haven't settled down yet. The ball has just been pinged all over the place. We haven't settled down yet.
Yeah, there's no pattern to play yet. It's very rushed. It's like,
and I'm also watching the Leicester Man City game, and Man City is peppering Leicester's goal. It's going to be a long afternoon for Leicester.
I've just sent you a link to where the stream is that I'm picking up. So let's say hello to the guys. What's going on, guys? 18 says, hey, Apollo, 4-0 to the Gunners. Gary says, hi all. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. You too as well, Gary. Always better to have points on the board. Agreed, 100%, my brother. Oh, yeah, this is rough, man.
Hey, Lewis, can you mute? Thanks.
Yeah, I think Lewis has just muted there. It's got a bit of background noise. So, yeah, guys, I'm at 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
So you're ahead of me, Apollo.
Okay. You've got the stream that I've sent to you guys on the internal chat.
I'm working on my TV, so I can only go with what I've got. So,
yeah, it's mad at the moment. Arsenal just cutting them to pieces, guys. Oh, Odegaard is in the flat to Saka. Saka's in the penalty area, and he's on a shot.
Saka. Yeah, get in there. Come on.
Straight away, man. Wow. That was Martin Odegaard with the assist, guys. Odegaard with the assist.
It's that pressure, It's pressure on the ball.
That's lovely. You know what? We needed that goal. Nice early goal, settle the nerves.
Saka's starting to score now. No, that's it.
Good hold-up play by Lacazette there. That was all Lacazette, really. And a good assist.
Good ball. But they all involved right there. All four are involved.
Yep.
Mhm.
Look at that. Martinelli on the right picks up Odegaard. Odegaard, 2 touches. So do you remember what I said to you guys last week about too many touches on the ball in the midfield?
Yeah.
But Odegaard, when he gets it, it's boom, boom, bang.
No,
Yeah,
I think what he did, Apollo, is he actually glanced before he got it.
That's
So
right.
he knew
yeah.
exactly where he was, and he knew exactly where Saka was.
So while that's going on, guys, Tony hates when I do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to look at the league table
Oh,
and see how far we are away from the rest of the bunch who are chasing us.
don't put the kibosh on it.
We are winning the games we're supposed to win.
Wow.
So my main concern is how do we play against the better teams, the Man Cities and the Liverpool?
Well, in the same way we played against West Ham. Arsenal now.
No, they're not West Ham. I hate to tell you that. They're not West Ham.
Arsenal now 6 points ahead of West Ham with 1 more game played. Arsenal 8 points ahead of Man United with 3 games more played. Same with Spurs. 8 games ahead of Spurs with 3 more games played. That makes, guys, the margin of error very difficult for Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, we take the points every time.
And that's the pressure that we
Neomis,
want. You know what I mean?
season's greeting to you, Neomis. How are you doing, bro?
Season's greeting.
Nice. Nice.
Been
That's
very
up,
good this
Neomis.
Christmas. Family time, and hello everyone. Hope everyone had a good Christmas.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we look like we're in the mood now.
Yep. So we are on the Bertram Spence watch. Bertram Spence watch. That's Bukayo Saka's 5th goal this season in all competitions with 4 assists.
We only count the Premier League, Apollo.
Not me, brother.
we don't care about Bush leagues.
He gets paid to be producing in all competitions. Arsenal with the corner. Bukayo Saka about to roll a corner in.
No.
What he's doing, what I complain about, he wasn't scoring.
Yeah.
His conversion rate was 14%. He's increased that exponentially the last 2 games.
That's great. That's
By
great.
the way, Abba's conversion rate is 11.4%,
first of all,
which isn't good.
Oh Lord.
So Abba is still.
So guys, I just want to say, great start for Arsenal, guys. If you guys are just joining us, what a start for Arsenal. Initially, let's give credit to the build-up play. Kubak's pass was picked off by Tierney. He intercepted the pass. He moved the ball quickly. Remember, we talked about the 1, 2, 3 touches. It was actually a through ball from him to Martinelli. Martinelli finds Lacazette. Lacazette 1 touch to Odegaard. Odegaard 2 touches to Saka, who flicks the ball from his right to his left foot, fires through the legs of Williams to beat Gunn, and the Gunners go up 1-0. Since then, Thomas Partey's just gone very close near post.
I think that's an overstatement. I'm not sure he was close. You get a chance near post. I'm not sure he was close.
That's him sailing to go along with African Nations Cup. My God.
Partey's header was like he's shooting.
Yeah,
way off target.
I've got a Facebook user here who I don't know who that is, so signed a waiver at the top of the topic heading that says StreamYard would like your permission to show your name. If you can do that, then I'll know who you are. Says Apollo, you went to school with my older brother, Raymond Smith. Yes, I did. Raymond Smith was in my year. G says, and Tony as well. Yeah. G says, hey, Gary, what's up, 101 crew? What's going on, G? What's happening with you, bro? Hope you had a good Christmas. I know you Americans don't celebrate Boxing Day, so even though it's a Sunday.
Man City are 1-0 up.
That's no surprise there, to be fair. From what Bertrand was saying, they were peppering their goal, so it just shows you that they were City were peppering Leicester's goal, so you knew the goal was eventually going to go on.
Oh, Arsenal playing out the back really well there. That's good play by Arsenal. Arsenal playing with Norwich pressing their back line. I wouldn't say takes the ball out with ease, but they definitely beat the trap very well. Lot of one-touch passing here by Arsenal in the midfield, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
Balls on the right with Saka. Saka coming on the inside. Tries again what he did before, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they're touching the ball less because it means you're moving the ball faster.
I think Odegaard is the link. He knows where he is before he gets the ball. So he always has multiple options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Right now is a good time to be an Arsenal fan, guys. Nice way for us to enter next year. Daniel, what's going on, Dan? Daniel, my cousin, says, I guess most of the other teams know if they flop, it's done. Yeah, that's it. If there's no margin for error for Man United or Spurs. And Daniel says, I'd rather be in a position we're in now than have 3 or 4 games in hand. And Daniel, it's not just the 3 or 4 games in hand. It's the congested fixture. So they're going to have to be playing 2 or 3 games a week in order to catch up. That's the problem that they have. And look, COVID's only going to get worse. It ain't going to get any better. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. Kuke saying, I haven't felt this confident in a win in a long time. Yeah, I went for 3-0. Tony, what did you go with?
Yeah, I'm gonna join you on that ledge, 3-0.
Bertram, what did you go with?
You got Netflix in your face.
Bertram's on mute at the moment.
I am thinking 4, but we'll see.
4. Lewis, what score did you go with today?
4-0.
4-0 as well.
I think Vinci was 4-0 also.
Yeah.
Hey, Bertram, COVID is being nice to our goal difference, huh?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Youngsters are producing and performing consistently as well.
Yep, total domination from Arsenal. Yep.
What minute are you guys on?
I'm on 14 minutes.
I'm coming into the 40th minute now. I'm all pinging off the all sorts today.
I'm about 30 seconds behind you, so I'll live with that.
Yeah, a rear attack here, bright with Norwich breaking. Arsenal really got to be more careful with the ball in the final third, but I do like their final third play. And again, it has to be pointed out when we talked about creativity. Bertram made a point that Liverpool's front three has no creative midfielders, and everything is done with the front three. It seems with Arsenal now, Arteta has found that perfect blend of front three players that interconnect that creativity, and the midfield don't have to do that much, but move the ball quickly into the final third, and the rest will be left up to the other guys.
I see your boy Bertram Thomas Partey running on his 36-year-old legs again.
Yeah, he's running better. I think he took some protein drink over the holidays.
I still think he's a little bit slow.
He is. Man City got a penalty and they just scored again. That's 2-0.
Wow.
Norwich,
the gift that keeps on giving, huh?
Norwich.
Yeah.
That is a shocking ball. Just hold it. Ride the challenge and hold it.
That's it on 2-0 in the first 14 minutes. It's gonna be a long day.
Wow.
And they're doing it with a recognized number 9 as well. Let's just add that in. They ain't using a striker, Man City.
Yeah, it's kind of like isn't that fun?
Sorry,
two teams, because Chelsea and Man City, one's won the Champions League and the others won the league title. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. The thing I would say with the Man City game is that clearly that Leicester's one of them teams that would normally be considered contenders for a top 4 slot. So, let's be honest, we don't really expect to be competing against Man City this year. So for us, Leicester getting beaten heavily would be a good result for us.
Oh,
So,
100%.
So, guys, the result we want today is a draw with Crystal Palace and Spurs. That's the game we want. Yeah.
Whoa.
At the moment, it's 0-0 Spurs Palace. Oh my God, Southampton are beating West Ham 1-0.
Yeah, that's another good result at the moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just goes to show you all that European football starting to catch up with certain teams.
All right, guys. Hold on a second.
Come on, speed up the plays.
No, we're just starting to press us. And going to be interesting how this game evolves.
Right, hold on a second, guys.
That's good. Ball. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Still in play.
Come on, take the shot.
Move it.
Right. Do you know what? Us waiting for them to come up is not going to happen, because now that they're 1-0 down, they're going to look to fit in a bit and wait for us to make the mistake and then counter.
I mean, even then, I still think that your line prediction that you put in the chat, that 4-0, I think it's going to be somewhere close to that.
Norwich at the moment with Gibson down, Hanley's out injured, Aubameyang not available yet. Kabak's only recently turned to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird game because they're not really attacking. It's almost like they're happy, like Norwich are just happy being 1-0 down at the moment and allowing us to have all. So if a team's going to do that, you take them to the sword, innit? You punish them every time.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we're second, then I'm more than comfortable. But I think we'll get in a third eventually.
Yeah, I mean, the fitness will play a big part in this one. They probably haven't done much training either with the cases in their squad. Probably haven't done too much. Where we probably had a good couple of training sessions and looking to move this play at a higher tempo. Nice. Oh, come on, simple. Just play. Why not just play what you see?
Just within the law, of course, to make it difficult for Arsenal to get their head up and look forward. They'll continue to play their round, Arsenal, but we've seen them picked off against the better sides, most notably against Liverpool in a 4-0 drubbing a while back. So they will get, they get the opportunity. They'll probably steal the ball once or twice. It's a half-hour isn't it, to try to win the ball far up the field. The defence has been in stronger periods this season, around 18 sheets plus. Conceded goals. Conceded games against Leeds and Sunderland, even though they were big victories. Yeah, poor second half performance against Everton at Goodison Park, where they were leading and losing 3-1.
Come on, man.
Holding here under pressure from Arteta, but is there any Gabriel?
That's a lovely ball. Right, now we go with a bit of pace now. Let's attack with some pace. Now that they've committed a couple of bodies forward. Okay. Nice. Well, take him on. No? Oh. This is better. Now what are we gonna do? Don't let one man beat for you, please. Now we go. Come on, faster. Come on.
Hey, Lewis, can you mute your TV? Can you mute your thing? Your TV's playing through. Can't do that on YouTube. By the way, City's up 3-0.
Oh my God.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
COVID don't do nothing to their team, does it? We were what, 20 coming up to 30 minutes in?
They have 2 teams, Neomis.
That's
ridiculous.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Jeez. Was it be 10-0 for them by the time we get through?
And Schmeichel was 4 on that. That's a goal.
I don't think it'll be a 10-0. They'll just start easing down now. They've done all the hard work.
What are you lot talking about? Leicester losing. Jesus, what is going on there? Godogan.
It's 20 minutes in and they're 3-0
Mahrez.
down.
Oh Lord. You know, I mean, can you imagine being a Man City fan? You can take today off. You can literally say, guys, listen, let's go shopping centre or let's go and see Spider-Man 3. You can literally take the day off. Hey Bertram, imagine sleeping good at night if you're a Man City fan.
Yeah, you don't have issues actually. You're strolling away with the league title.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Bertram, you know, I tell you, I don't miss a Redskins game. I'm up every night till 5 a.m., 4 a.m. Against the Eagles when we had over 20 players out. I got a good night's sleep that night, you know. I said, there's no way I'm staying up to watch this, the replacements. I said, I ain't doing that, man.
That's like when you had a strike. Replacement players.
Yeah, it weren't bad. We went 10-0 up. Because Jalen was making some mistakes, but it was
don't
what it
underestimate replacements, bro. We've seen some amazing replacements come in this season. I mean, we're playing a short-handed Saints tomorrow. They're playing a 3rd or 4th string quarterback, but by no means, there's no way I'm expecting it to be an easy ride. They got an elite defense.
Bro, we started a quarterback called Gilbert, who basically New England had on a practice squad. We signed him up, and he started the game for us with about 4 days of practice, and he played all right. He was like 20 for 30, no interceptions, no touchdowns, moved the ball quite well. I was surprised.
Tierney's got to do better with that cross. I know I'm behind you guys, but I just seen Tierney's cross when 3 men are in the box and he picks none of them out.
Well, that's how he crosses, Tony.
Jeez.
It's aimless. I keep telling people
It
it's
was completely aimless.
Aimless.
So did while I was gone, did any of you talk about when Xhaka had time and space to launch another Arsenal attack and his pass was behind Tierney?
Yeah. I said,
no, we didn't talk about it.
It's a very bad pass.
I wanted to know who was the one that brought it up. That's why. Yeah, I know sometimes you guys trying to sweep this thing under the carpet, yeah? Like
Okay, you win.
So City has another penalty, it looks like.
Oh, what on earth is going on?
And just Tielemans again. Tielemans gave away one, he gave away a second penalty.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
They're taking the mick, man.
Let's see if it's a
they're going to win like they
VAR is reviewing it.
This is ridiculous.
Every single year, these guys pick up the most amount of points between November and February, and everyone's like, where did they come from? It's because they got 2 squads. They got 2 squads to pick from. So whoever's feeling a little bit tired and jaded coming into this festive period, they rest.
What the hell is he doing? So the Arsenal moving the ball with fluidity here. The referee gets in the way, and it still goes to the Arsenal play. I mean, Arsenal can't miss their passes right now, and the referee blows the game dead because it came off him and went to Lacazette. Probably went to Odegaard actually. So Arsenal still pick up possession, but Arsenal moving the ball with pace and urgency, which is
4-0. Sorry, Apollo. It's 4-0, people. You can't make this up.
Oh, what a penalty! What a penalty!
What a miss by Lacazette! Oh my Lord!
ahead of me. I'm fine. I'm at
Saka with the ball down the
23 or
wing,
6.
goes right, crosses
Oh Jesus!
into Lacazette, and I'm not sure what he's heading to.
Yeah,
He was trying to pass it back to Saka, I guess, because that's the only explanation.
Hey, Bertram, would you put your money on Eddie Nketiah 6 yards out?
No.
Not against Everton.
You mean against Norwich? You mean
No,
against
not
Norwich?
against Everton. That's what I said. Not against Everton. He was about 2 yards out against Everton.
Oh, that's when he ran in and hit the post.
When he hit on the post, yes.
Terrible miss.
Yeah.
That's a terrible miss.
That's worse than this miss.
Yeah,
At least, like I said, that pressure.
That's a terrible miss, though. Lacazette, hold
That's
your head in
awful.
shame. That's a terrible miss.
That's awful.
No
That's
time.
pretty much a free header.
So
that should have been an assist for Saka.
Well done. Great pressure there by Tierney.
So, guys, apologies. Look, I don't even have my Arsenal top on, which is not like me. Let me go and put my top on. I'll be back in a second. Naomi's looking really Christmassy with that tree behind him. Tony and Lewis representing right there. Let me go and get changed. Hold on.
Yeah, man. You got to, man. You got. You got. Come on, man. I just want to see goals today. It's a great chance in improving our goal difference. But if we're gonna give the ball away like we are, and play as slow as we are, we won't improve it. Come on, outlet, come on, play, come on. You know they're not gonna come towards you. There it is. Ball. Who's there? Look. See, Saka's got to make a run across the face of the box there, across the 6 yard box, because that's where Martinelli's looking to put the ball. And he ain't made the run. Look, you've got to gamble there. There's only one place he can put it. Look, Lacazette just jogging as well.
I do like the balls that Odegaard plays.
He's definitely growing on me since he's become, after he got over that little injury thing that he had at the start.
Wow.
Yeah. Nah, Martinelli, you gotta go. No.
Lewis with me, so I have no idea. Please tell me that's not a goal.
No, it's not.
Come on,
No. I'm just disappointed in the effort that we just had. Like,
what's Saka trying to do? What's Saka trying to do? I still don't get it. He didn't give himself leverage by laying down on the ball, so I'm not sure what he's trying to do.
What a ball. What football. Wow. Jesus. Finger ball.
Just want Martinelli, when he squares his man up, take him on the outside. Have the confidence. He keeps cutting in like Saka. You need to take it. You need to put the ball on down the line once or twice. Oh, Tierney's down. He'll be all right.
And will be all right, because if he can't get back up, again, guess who will be coming on? So we got all right. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
I get the sense we're not as concerned if Tierney get injured nowadays. We actually think we have a better offensive player on the bench.
Yeah, for real, man, for real. What's going on, everybody here? Daniel says precisely dead legs. There's second games, 20 minutes. Can't wait. Kuke says good pressing by us. Norwich midfield not great, very open. Neomis, this game could have been a trap game. West Ham 1 down, 7-point gap opening up. Daniel says,
come on, deal with it.
Daniel says, facts, T. That's the way. I was a little disappointed with Tottenham's 2-2 draw at Liverpool. 2 weeks ago, Andy from our Friday night podcast said to me, Spurs are going to finish in the top 4. They've got the games in hand. And then me and Bertram said to him, no, rather have the points than the games in hand. And just after the Liverpool game was when he said, actually, you know what, I'd prefer to be in Arsenal's position. So let's see. Let's see. The pressure's on them now, man. And you guys, you got to remember, they got to play each other. There's no point in having 3-4 games in hand when Tottenham has to play Man United. Yeah, they both can't get 3 points, guys. They both can't hand out 3 points.
Yeah. We need to start scoring. We're 30 minutes in. We shouldn't be 1-0 up to Norwich. In the final third, we look like we don't have any idea what we're doing.
It'll be fine. We'll get a second, and then we can relax. Go have the rest of the Christmas turkey.
I think what Bertrand's trying to say is we need better quality in that final third. It's not a doubt of winning the game. It's the fact that we're not being clinical enough, and another dry cross from Tierney. Like if you're Norwich and you're looking at the way that Arsenal are playing, you're thinking we can sneak a goal here if we open them up, right?
Tierney has these hopeful crosses. There is no let me pick a man out. It's all hopeful.
No, Tavares is all about picking a man out, my friend. Yeah, he's all about picking a man up.
I actually thought Tavares would have started this game today.
The frustrating thing about it is, first of all, I didn't know what was going to happen with Aubameyang in this game. So that was a little enlightening to find out that he is not even on the bench. But guys, we have to stress though, Charlie Patino has made the bench, which nobody has talked about or discussed. So don't be surprised if you see Charlie today. Surprised Pepe's not playing though.
There's no way Patino should get a start on this bench.
No, not a start, bro. Not a start. No way, not a start. But we talked about Bernd Leno's, the goal he let in against Leeds, where he didn't come off his line quickly enough. Look how quick Ramsdale was off his line there to put the ball out of play to Pukki.
We're blaming Leno for that goal? Really?
Yes, he's sharing the blame for that goal. Yeah, him and Ben White.
No way.
Yeah, him and Ben White take full responsibility for that goal.
I'm blaming the two players that were playing centre midfield because
you can't because Holding was covering he was covering the advanced play at left back. He was in the correct position. But both the holding midfielders have gone up. Yeah, that goal that Sunderland scored, there was a big hole there. Yeah,
there was a big hole.
What it was is they pushed up to play broadside offside, and Ben White didn't push up, so Ben White was playing him onside, and that's why he got beat. So it's essentially his fault. But when a goalkeeper spots that danger, he's off his line. Leno was in cement. Leno was just planted. It's just poor goalkeeping as well. Ramsdale would have never let something like that happen. You see the speed how he was off his line in this instance today.
Wow.
G says, like the movement and passing here, we look confident, guys. We don't have a stream here at the base in Ohio. So it says, depending on you guys to update, 4 guys on the base are listening in. Big shout out to all of you guys there in Ohio, Cleveland. Big shout out to you guys on the base. What's going on, everybody, man? Kuke saying, Daniel, Laka made us much better, more fluent attack. Can't stress how happy I am that Uber is out.
Why did you have to do it?
Norwich creeping back into this game here, guys.
That's what I'm saying. We've just gone down like 3 gears and gone back.
Sterling just missed a sitter. I'm sorry, watching both games. Just missed a tap in.
Oh shit, guys! Tottenham's 2-0 up against Palace.
Palace has a lot of players out due to COVID, don't they?
Yeah, they tried to get the game called off.
I was really hoping that I could wind up Andy with another game. Big shout out to everybody. 19 people on Facebook, 40 people on Twitter, and 12 people on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? Freddie saying, how For you lot watching again, we're watching it on the stream, my friends. Some of the guys in America are also watching it on the stream. I hope you're doing well, Freddie. Big shout out.
Kenny crosses the ball to no one. It's so frustrating watching him play football. He doesn't pass the ball into people's stride so they can have a chance to score.
That's
Ooh. You know what, Bertram? In Tierney's defense, he had nowhere to go but to cut it back in that instance. But I do agree with your overall point. I don't think he's got the vision you'd need. Ooh, it's a direct shot there from Martinelli, but it's straight at the goalkeeper.
No, I think like,
he didn't try to pick out anyone. Odegaard was wide. He could have tried to pick him out. He didn't try to pick out. He just crossed it with a hope. Go to someone's path.
But as you can see here, his angle was limited. He had a defender sliding in on him, so the ball could have only gone one way, really. If he'd have played the ball across, then the defender would have made a play on it. Freddie says, "What do you lot think the score will be? Are Arsenal playing well?" Me and Tony.
We're not playing well enough.
And me and Tony think it's going to be 3-0. Bertram's gone for 4-0. Lewis, I believe, went for 3-0 as well.
No, 4.
And Neomis.
Before the game, I would have gone for 2-0.
Let me bring some reality to that statement. We're playing well enough to be beating Norwich. We are playing well enough to be beating a really good team in the Premier League. This performance, we will probably win.
Martinelli's down.
He's taking them out, man.
Yeah.
That's one of those 3 hits that a defender gets because it's a 50-50. But obviously,
that's a bad challenge on. Hold on, let's have a look at it.
It's late.
Actually, you know what? Well, yeah, it doesn't really look like he makes much contact. There's a fight going on here. Thomas Partey and Lacazette and Ben White involved with some pushing around with some Norwich players.
The thing is, this is what Norwich want. They want the game to go scrappy, innit? They don't, because they know if they try to play football up against Arsenal, they're gonna get killed. So the only other way, the only other thing to do is to slow the game down, make it horrible, make it ugly, put Arsenal off from those 50-50s. That's what it is. It's old school English football. We need to wise up to that.
Yeah, that's a horrible challenge. That's a horrible challenge. He gets none of the ball. He gets most of the matches.
Xhaka gets a yellow card. I don't know why you get a yellow card.
Well, because he's Xhaka.
Involved in something.
Yep. Kuke says, F me, Odegaard is so good. I've been telling you guys for months, you ain't been listening. Yeah? Odegaard's so good. Will be the best creator in the league in 2 to 3 years, through to 3 seasons. Quote this in a few years if you dare. Bro, shut up. You got that off me, man. Behave yourself.
It's concerned to have Xhaka with a yellow card.
There's
Get off the pitch.
There.
Yeah, you have to get on the pitch.
What's wrong with that? Oh, see, this is the thing. Xhaka don't need to get involved in that stupidness, man. You've just made a good challenge. They've got the ball. Carry on playing. Like, why the need for this? Yeah, I get you upset about the challenge, but come on, man. And then you're gonna do another. He's gonna end up doing something really dumb in this game and get himself a second yellow. Look, this is what these men want. This is what they want.
They're trying to fight. They're instigating stuff now.
Yeah. Because look, it's the only way.
And the referee's not controlling them. He's not giving them yellow card. He's not controlling
I know
them.
he's not. And he's allowing it to happen.
He's got to get a red card. He's got to get a red card for that. He's run straight into Ben White and bumped him. It looks like he's hit him with his chin. You got to send him off for that. I'm sorry.
He's not doing nothing. He's not doing nothing. What?
I agree with Lewis. Lewis is saying that this is the only way that they can get back into the game. You've got to send him off for that. He's run into Ben White, and he hasn't headbutted him, but he's hit him with his chin on what looks like his chest. If the referee lets this go, then you're just allowing it to happen. When you're defending things like this, you nip it in the bud. Look, he's just giving him a yellow. That's rubbish.
It's a good challenge from Ben White, but you can't do that. To me, that's chest to chest. Like the number 11 from Norwich doesn't even need to be running up all that way to do that. It's just petulant.
It was a statement challenge by Ben White. I don't use the word good.
So
He's
guys,
forced to send a message.
So guys, should Ben White have play acted and gone on the floor?
That in my centre halves. I like that you don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it shows that we're not pushovers.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, but don't get offended by the defense.
Put his head over his face and pretend.
Take offense to that.
Tony Bertram, you ain't listening. Should Ben White had gone over and rolled over on the floor?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think he should have.
It's terrible for sportsmanship, but great for Arsenal.
Get him off. Yeah, get him off.
I don't think if that goes to VAR are not handing out a red card. Fact, because it's in the chest. It's not in the face. No contact.
They wouldn't overrule the referee if the referee made the initial decision, though, would they, Lewis?
Oh, come on, Lacazette. Better control than that, please.
Kuke says,
probably not.
I'll give you full credit for defending Odegaard. Tony didn't think he was that creative. Basics is saying the whole media spent a week talking about Xhaka's tackle at Leeds. Now the refs trying to correct the mistake. True, that's very true.
He's not done anything there. Buki's just falling over. Get up.
Yeah.
Oh, bad control there, Laka.
Well, one back
so
now.
Guys, come on, Man City 4. Still Man City 4, Leicester 0, Spurs 2, Palace 0, and Southampton still beating West Ham 1-0. It's a good result for Southampton.
Got a player sent off as well in the game. In that game.
Oh my God!
So you might as well just say that's over and done with. That's a ball. Come on. This is where you want to.
Tierney, brilliant goal.
Tierney,
brilliant goal.
Finally.
Look, he runs into space.
What is the cross or a shot for goal?
That's a great goal. That's a great goal.
I'm not sure if it's a cross or a shot, but
it's a good shot.
It's so bad. It's a shot, but
that was all Martinelli's work.
So bad.
That was Martinelli's work rate.
Yeah.
Playing to Odegaard, or went up Tierney.
He moved the ball quickly. Who's that? Odegaard. Look, find where the space is. Find the overload. Come on, man. Good shot. Right.
Perfect pass from Odegaard.
See, Tony, you're singing Odegaard now.
Yeah.
You know what he does, Tony? It's the pace of the pass.
Yeah.
It's not just the pass, I get it in strides at the right pace. I can control it.
It is just so much to admire about that. There's just so much to admire.
And guys, how many weeks in a row have you seen Odegaard perfectly weighting the passes? They're perfectly weighted.
Do you know what? If I was a forward in this team and I've got Odegaard behind me, mate, love it. I'd love it. A player like that doesn't come very often.
All right, so let me just say this, guys, because we're getting carried away here. I want to see him against the better team.
You keep saying that. Give him
Tony, if I'm going to put you at that...
now.
Can I finish, please?
These flowers.
Can I finish, please? If I'm going to put you on that level, I got to see you against the better teams.
Okay, we are not the better teams. I know what you're saying, but we gotta be realistic and say right now we ain't competing with Liverpool, Man City.
Yeah, but that's not my point, though. Here's my point.
Compete with Chelsea.
No. Here's my point, which is even if you're not the better team, if you say you have an exceptional player in your team, I should see how he performs against the better team.
Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I don't want us to be, look, we're
I agree with you, Tony. Those teams aren't our competition. We get wiped out by those teams all the time, man.
What I'm trying to say is you don't compare Martin Odegaard and try to compare him to Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, Bertram,
you're not listening. That's not the comparison.
I hear you. I hear you, Bertram.
I'm not comparing. My point is this. I want to see how you play against the better teams. When you have pressure,
let me give you an example.
When you don't have all day, let's see how you play.
Yeah, but let me give you an example. Based on what you've seen this season, Are you picking
Yeah,
Odegaard or are you picking Henderson?
About that one. That's a good
Odegaard
tackle.
or who?
Or Henderson?
For Liverpool?
Yeah.
2 different players, 2 different positions. 2 total different players.
Really?
One is a CM and one is
One
an
is a 6
attacking
and one is an
midfielder.
8.
One plays deep.
Yeah.
One is very defensive. One covers a lot of ground. One is making 40-yard pass. One plays in the hole most times and picking up pass. You can't compare them. If you said a Mount,
I think you can.
No. If you said a Mount, if you said Mount versus Odegaard, it's a different comparison.
I don't believe you can. You need to say just because one plays slightly more advanced than the other. I don't believe you need to actually make a difference.
That's you comparing Partey. Can you compare Partey with Odegaard?
Hang on, let me explain. Their job in the team is to control the center of the pitch. Yeah. Because otherwise you're going to say, well, okay, is Henderson really Thomas Partey? No, he's not.
Okay, so let's go with your logic. Should I compare Tierney with Gabriel? Should I compare Alexander-Arnold with Gabriel? That's the comparison you're making.
Yes.
No, Gabriel's a defender.
Apollo and Tony, you're not listening.
No,
I am listening. You're talking about a midfielder and a defender instead of...
No. I didn't... Guy, I said Alexander-Arnold versus Gabriel. Where's the midfielder in that?
Oh, Alexander-Arnold.
Versus Gabriel.
Yeah.
Gabriel's a defender. Alexander-Arnold's a wing-back.
He's a defender.
He's a wing-back.
He plays in a 4-back-4. He's a defender.
He's a wing-back. When they're attacking, when they're attacking, Bertram, they're not in a back 4.
There's a hold.
The logic is escaping me, guys. The logic is escaping me.
Hold on
a minute.
I'm struggling with the logic.
Bertram, Alexander-Arnold's one of the best attacking wing-backs in the league. Period.
Apollo, let me just say this. In my world, a wing-back plays in a back 5, not in a back 4. Tomiyasu is not. Is Tomiyasu a wing-back?
No.
But Alexander play where Tomiyasu plays.
Listen, Tomiyasu is a wing-back. He is essentially a wing-back.
Oh.
And the only thing I can say to you, Bertram, about that is when you have a team that sets up in hybrid formations, like Manchester City, like Arsenal, yeah, then that's how the game's played. You're not in a base formation. You're in a formation when you're defending.
I'm getting a headache. Guys, I'm getting a headache.
You're in a formation when you're defending, and when you're attacking, you're in a different formation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, can I let me just quickly give it from my perspective, and I appreciate what you're saying, Bertram. When you said your question, I believe that was a valid question. Yeah, because what you're essentially saying is the offensive output of Trent Alexander is essentially what you're getting from Gabriel Martinelli or even Bukayo Saka to an extent. Yeah, because he's that adventurous, he's that creative in the final third of the pitch that what he does for Liverpool is essentially what Saka and Martinelli are being asked to do for Arsenal.
So here's my point, guys.
Your question is valid.
Yeah, wait. Tony, let me say a couple of things. One is, if you said Maddison, Mount, Odegaard, that's a fair comparison.
Okay.
Right? Not Henderson, who plays very deep. Henderson plays beside Fabinho. And in fact, Liverpool don't even have a 10 because they use Jota or Firmino as their 10 in a sense, and they push Mane forward, they push Salah forward, they bring Alexander-Arnold up, so Henderson will rotate over and cover. They bring Robertson up, so Thiago rotate and cover. It's a different construct. You can't do the comparison.
So I like to, I know I've said this before. I like to be very simplistic about football. Yeah. If you're a midfielder, you're a midfielder. If you're a striker, you're a striker. Yeah. And if you're a defender, you're a defender. Yeah. So now we've come to this stage in football in 2021 where we somehow have gone away from the basics of football where a defender defends, a midfielder is creative, and a striker scores goals. Because everybody is expected to interchange their roles between being a left back, a wing back, and something else that you can produce at the top end of the pitch. yeah, and a midfielder has now been broken down into this defensive midfielder who can drop into the centre-back role when a centre-back decides to take a wander upfield like David Luiz used to do, yeah, or like Xhaka does when the left-back goes up, yeah, and a different kind of midfielder who predominantly sits behind strikers like a number 10, like a Dennis Bergkamp. Because don't forget, Dennis Bergkamp was sitting behind 2 strikers most of the time. Yes, I understand. Sometimes he'd be 1-1. Yeah? You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, I want to hear Tony and Apollo say, Bertram, we apologize. We were wrong.
Okay, but let me explain. I'm still finishing my speech. But soliloquy ain't finished. So essentially, in your new 2021 role of striker, winger, left back, wing back, CDM, attacking forward, as far as I'm concerned, if you're a midfielder, your job is to get the ball from the defender and get it to the striker. And if you can't do that, shoot.
Because get a choice.
In the great scheme of things, the greatest of them all, the guy that I idolized, Mr. Patrick Vieira, was both a CDM and attacking number 10, 8 or 10, whichever of the two you want to go. He could do that rule seamlessly.
So here's how we're going to solve this. So after I give my explanation, I want Lewis and Naomi to come in with their view and put you two in a spot. So Tony asked the question, how does Henderson from Liverpool compares with Odegaard? My view was you're comparing apples and oranges. If you said Henderson versus Xhaka, that's a good comparison. Not even Partey per se. Because Henderson not playing the whole, Partey's playing the whole just like Fabinho does. Now, when they lose Fabinho, Henderson may go there and Thiago goes left and right. Alexander, Oxlade-Chamberlain or Keita may play in the other position, right? So if you're saying, well, how's going to get Odegaard, then you're comparing Xhaka against Odegaard, which Odegaard is playing up the field. Xhaka is not playing in a position to be in attacking, distributing the ball to his wingers or to center forward. That's not a fair comparison. If you said Mount, Maddison, Odegaard, that's a very good comparison. Or Fernandez from Man U, that's a very good comparison. Those players playing at 10, that's a good comparison. So I'll stop there because I don't need a soliloquy. I'm very concise and very brief. Neomis and Lewis, I want to hear your perspective, and I'll take your perspective in terms of who is right and who is wrong.
Yeah. Also, look.
No, Apollo, we don't need your soliloquy. We need to say Neomis and Lewis.
No, I'm gonna go to them in a minute because Tony said you've had your say. I said to you that I'm talking about our hybrid formations, which is the game now, and partly I agree with Tony in the way that the football it's a different animal these days. We have a 4-2-3-1 as a base formation, a base. What we do when we're counter-attacking and when we're attacking and when we're pressing is very different from that formation. The disciplined central midfielders have to drop in a defensive role when we shift in a formation. Your left back and right back turn into a 3-5-2 when we're attacking. So they're essentially midfielders in a 5-man midfield. That's the way the game's played now. So that's my interpretation in terms of coaching, looking at tactics, looking at how the game's played. And so that's all that I wanted to say on that. So Lewis,
I'll say this what's your perception, I gotta come back. I'm glad it's not an exam because your tone would fail miserably. Let me hear Lewis.
Yeah. Go on, Lewis.
Let me hear Lewis and Neomi's perspective. Because I may be wrong. Let me hear Lewis and Neomis.
Like football has, like at the top level, has evolved immensely. You know, you're getting managers who are coming in with more intelligence. They're seeing the game in totally different ways. But you've got to have that base of knowing how to defend, how to attack. But you've also got to work it in a way where when you do attack, you're creating this confusion amongst the opposition. You don't want it to be too simple, where if your fullback only stays back, you're losing out on an extra man in the attack. But it's, for me, I think it's a tough one, because you need to get that balance between that old school way of playing that Tony's saying and this new hybrid system.
I'm getting a
Does that make sense?
Guys, that's not the question. The question is Henderson versus Odegaard. Why are we going to evolve into football?
Oh, you can't.
And evolution.
Oh, but you can't compare the two, because the two
reasoning.
They play both of them playing two different midfield roles. Completely.
Exactly.
You can't compare the two. Sorry.
Exactly.
You can't compare those two.
Finally, we got
You cannot compare those two.
Guys, can you see the graphic?
Yeah, we can see the graphic.
Okay, that's comparing two different players' heat maps. Guess whose they are?
Odegaard and Henderson.
I don't care what you're showing me. I know what I see with my eyes.
Well, your eyes ain't looking,
Bertrand.
Look what he's showing.
I watch Arsenal play.
Bertrand, look what he's showing you.
I don't care what he's showing me.
All right.
I don't care what he's showing me. I know what I see. Week in, week out.
It compares
all right, guys. All right.
Placement and passes between Kevin De Bruyne and Jordan Henderson. And you're telling
Kevin
me
De Bruyne plays
different.
deep. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't play 10.
They're so different, Bertram.
No, Kevin De Bruyne doesn't play 10.
All right, hold on, guys, hold on. Tony, Bertram,
10.
hold on. Neomis, let's have your say.
Show me Henderson and Odegaard.
Bertram, hold on. Neomis, have your say.
I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this pretty simple, because this conversation's gone on for too long. I'm in agreement with Bertram in terms of how it is. Like, you can't compare like Jordan with Odegaard.
No.
But I do understand that Tony's coming from and Apollo in terms of the way how it's played, which is why the heat maps look the way how it does. But if you're talking player for player, forget how they play and what team that they're in, just player for player, you can't compare the two. Like, one is
guys, first of all, here's another question. Here's another point, guys. Man City's team is different from any other team. Apart from Rodrigo and the Brazilian Fernandinho, both Silva and De Bruyne plays everywhere. And Gundogan, sometimes, they have a freedom to roam wherever they want to play, anywhere they want to go. No restriction.
Yeah, I agree.
Rodrigo stayed deep. Fernandinho stayed deep. Everybody else play wherever you want to play. Just run down and play the ball.
Is that not Odegaard's exact remit as well, though?
So Odegaard sometimes plays on the right, like he did against Leeds, of Partey, that he did against Leeds, and most times he's playing the 10, where he's playing. Why are you shaking your head? He's not playing where Henderson plays. Tony, it's good to just be a cop and say, you know what, I'm wrong, Bertram. I'm so sorry. I'm going to hear that from you. It's nothing wrong with saying I'm wrong. It's a big man of you to say I'm wrong, Bertram, and I accept your apology.
All right, guys, look, second half's about to start soon. So welcome to everybody who's joining the stream. Hit that like button, please, guys. I'll go into your comments in a second. Let's have a look at Bukayo Saka here. Opta's picked up on some more stats for our boy. 10 at 20 years old and 112 days. He's the second youngest player in Arsenal to reach 10 Premier League goals for the club after Nicholas Anelka. So Bertram, yeah,
you don't want to go there, Apollo. Don't go there.
I'm going there, but I'm not attacking you or anything. I'm just making a point that you should be patient. Yeah. This has nothing to do with anything. You know, I respect your opinion on it. And in many ways, I actually agree with you that we should expect more. But what I'm saying is we have to develop the player at the same time. We have a player now that was the second behind Nicholas Anelka to hit 10 Premier League goals. So I'm saying he's on the right path. But this isn't anything to do with you, Bertram. I just want you to understand that the path that he set out for himself is a good one, and he will get better. I keep telling you, he will get better. He will improve.
Yeah, so no one question Saka's innate ability. All I question is the production. He has 10 goals in how many games?
Yeah, you're right, bro. And for me, I've looked at, when I've talked to you about this before, I've talked about, look where Smith Rowe places his shots. and look where Saka places his shots. Yeah? It's a simple thing of knowing where to. You learn this from the school playground. When you're 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, you know you shouldn't shoot the ball straight into the middle of the net. You know you have to go to the side, to the left, top right. So
can I get blown up? Can I get blown up?
Oh Lord.
Let me get blown up.
We don't know when to give up. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay. Martin Odegaard's season heat map. Clearly, he's not playing just up the front end of the pitch. He's not just playing in the final third.
Are you guys getting?
It looks like he has about 70% in the other opponent's half, and he's always on the right, which is interesting. Actually, he doesn't support.
It's very interesting.
Are you guys getting the footage I'm getting of the players coming out of the tunnel? Are you seeing that?
They were there for a while.
That's mad, isn't it? The Norwich players are fist bumping the Arsenal players as they're walking past. And you can see Arteta G'ing up his players in the locker room. It's mad.
Because they probably had a confrontation. They're trying to probably squell it and say, you know what, squash it.
That's mad.
So we may score less if they squash it.
So Freddie saying, what are your thoughts on Arteta benching Smith Rowe, arguably the best player? Smith Rowe is Arsenal's leading goal scorer, and he can't get a game for the love of it. He's
also the most accurate striker in the whole Premier League right now.
Yes.
So here's the question, guys. So people say play Smith Rowe. We don't disagree with his contribution. So who do you bench? That's always the question. Who do I bench for him? Do I bench Saka, which people are going to say no, even though he doesn't score as much as he should. Martinelli has been on fire. Odegaard is the conductor. Like I said, other play up top. Where's the space for Smith Rowe?
I have a suggestion.
And bench Xhaka and play, and then you take away Odegaard's ability to help the front three score goals.
Neomis.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Do you think Arteta should make that false 9 that he attempted last year with Smith Rowe as much as he's firing right now? Because maybe it's an opportunity for that.
There is, but I don't think he's that type of a player. Yes, he is scoring goals, but you got to look. He's coming in from that left flank to get them goals. You know, he's a very, very fortuitous player. Where a lot of players at his age would be running in ahead of the ball, but he's now willing to see what's going on, and then when that ball's breaking in and around that penalty spot, that's when he makes his move. You know, I don't think
you play Martinelli up top, and then
I think Martinelli will eventually. I think he'll eventually get moved into that number 9 slot.
Yeah,
but
I was about to say that. Yeah.
He needs to get minutes underneath his belt. He needs to prove his fitness. He needs to learn the game as well.
My solution would be to put Martinelli in Lacazette's position, and then you can play Smith Rowe. That would be my solution.
Don't change it if it's not broken.
And there's that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We're winning. We're scoring. Yes, it's unfortunate. Don't change it.
Bertram, Lacazette ain't going to probably be here he can sign for another team next month, or he can sign in the next 5 months. But
Lacazette's a conductor.
You have to find a solution somewhere.
Oh,
unlucky.
That's why Lacazette has to play.
Yeah.
And I'm able to hold the ball up, create space, and make a pass in.
Yeah.
To Saka or Martinelli running onto the ball.
Look at that. That's fantastic.
Martinelli's not that striker that holds up the ball. He wants to run at you all the time.
Florian, we're all watching it on streaming service, my friend. We're all watching it on streaming. Alex, big shout out to you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas as well. Vincey is saying, sorry, can't join. I'm at a wedding. That's all right, bro. We got your back, man. We got your back. But I'm counting the days, waiting for you to join us again for another stream as we go through the this 4th place renaissance, as I would say.
So
if you want to watch the game, watch it on HESGOAL, HESGOAL.
Yeah, I sent the link for you guys in the chat. I sent the link in the chat.
Yeah, it does. It normally works, actually. I'm not watching on HESGOAL, but I think it normally works.
So Flores says Aubameyang is gone. Nketiah is probably leaving. Balogun needs a loan. We are left with Laka, and we need to buy. Yeah, I agree. That's where we are.
Go on. Come on. No, don't shoot. Good ball.
Hey, Lewis.
We just lost Bertram for a bit. Yeah, you're back now, Bertram. Oh, we got Tierney again. It's blocked. Tierney shoots again, but the shot's blocked.
It's a handball. That's handball.
It looks
it's
like
come off his hand.
That's it?
It's definitely come off his hand. Why is this not up for review?
Ooh, yeah, it is. You can actually see him holding. Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? Like, VAR only works when it wants to work. When they decide that, we'll throw it in as extra entertainment. Like the guy blatantly blocked it with his hand to make himself bigger.
Blatant handball.
Yeah, it is handball.
They're taking the mick.
The hand is no, that's wrong.
It is handball, guys. That is definitely handball. Actually, when the ball strikes his hand, you see him do this.
It just shows you that they just don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, right? Keep
Nothing's changed yet with the scores on the doors yet, guys. Nothing's changed yet.
For me, it's not really. Even though we're 2 up, I feel the quality is just not there.
Well, but the result is
exactly.
I know I expect
sometimes
us to.
You're not going to win beautiful football. Sometimes you just got to win.
I know this, but against the Norwich side who are depleted, a bit like Leeds, I expect a certain level of quality. Come on, Martinelli, you've got to be able to hold that ball.
I know exactly what you mean, Lewis.
Right. Guys, the reason why our game has improved is because we are just moving the ball faster in the midfield. The midfield possession play with the ball is so much quicker now. And what it is I think he's given a free kick. He's
giving it, but this is a yellow card. I mean, you're not going to get the ball there. You don't need to make the challenge. And you're telling me you're playing on from that. Like, where's the reprimand? If that's Xhaka gets a second yellow and he's getting sent off.
You're right.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible officiating.
Yeah.
You might as well just put on a yellow shirt and play for them.
That's awful.
No, and then you're going to give that straight away.
That's awful.
That's not even close to the ball.
Yeah, it's awful. It's a late challenge. It's high. It's a booking.
Shut up, man. Like, what do you expect when you've just taken him out moments before? Do you know what I mean? He's not looking to step on you there. A little kick out. Just a little one. But if he gets sent off for that, then... Ooh.
Yeah, well, Saka smacked him up a little bit right there. So what normally happens in that instance is the Arsenal player is the one that ends up getting booked.
He stepped on him on purpose, actually.
Yeah, of course he has. But
that was very obvious.
Did Ben Gibson get sent off for his blatant kick in the face to Tomiyasu? No. So I'm not expecting. If they send back a Saka off for that, then do you know what I mean? It's crap. Keep the consistency. If you're gonna send somebody off for that, then you have to do that for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, true. Florence says, "What are you guys watching it on?" I thought I answered that. We're all watching it on streaming service, my friend. We're all watching it on streaming.
Are you watching on stream?
No, kind of.
So it's like on
I like the way that Martinelli is teaming up with Kieran Tierney. Yeah, on the left-hand side. I think that we've seen Martinelli really take that sort of. He wants the support on that side, and so he's trying to build that rapport with Kieran Tierney, and it's really working well in this game.
Yeah.
And the result certainly does reflect the display. I mean, it's not the best display you'd want, but the result does reflect the actual game itself.
My suggestion to the youngsters is don't get injured, or you may lose your place.
Yep.
The way things are nowadays, don't get injured. Tierney had that situation. He got his place back, but he could have easily lost his place.
I still think it's dependent on who we play when Tavares comes in.
Possibly.
Like, to me,
yeah.
I think this is the funny thing. Like, Tierney will give you more defensively, but not as much. Even though he scored today, not as much attacking. And then Tavares is the other way around. He will give you plenty of attacking options, but he's not the greatest in defense. So it's a really hard one. Who do you play against who? Because I noticed, what game was it? I think it was the last game we played Sunderland. He actually played Tavares ahead of Tierney in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
G says
it's a League Cup game. That's why.
Yeah.
G says game over with that second goal, really. Arteta has to be savvy now and take 3 or more of his crucial players out of the second half. I agree with that. Bring on Pepe, Nuno, Patino on. Not sure about Patino. Take Xhaka off as he'll walk. Other results not good for us. So actually the West Ham results not bad for us, mate. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
West Ham 1, Southampton 1.
Man City is a bad result for us.
Yeah.
That's a good result.
G says, what's the biggest game in the next month? Oh, it's definitely Spurs. The 16th of January, Arsenal away to Spurs is going to be a huge game. Because Spurs need to win that in order to close the gap to 4th. If Spurs, no matter what Spurs do with the game in hand, if they don't beat Arsenal, then they're in trouble. Right, guys, hold on a second.
It's just going into a really, really horrible state, this game.
What you got to say to yourself, Lewis, is your expectation was for four goals. We still got a good 20 minutes to score 2 goals. This Norwich team is going to tire. Yeah.
Oh,
they're very young.
Yeah. Martinelli, don't worry about it, man. You did the main thing. You defended it well. I know you want the goal kick, but right about now we're playing. The referee's playing against us. So, and it should have been a goal kick.
It wasn't a corner. It wasn't a corner. That's why he's upset.
I know. But VAR cannot intervene for these types of things. If they score from it, it'll be very controversial, which they're not going to. Right, can we have a yellow then? No? No? Okay. He's been really bad, the ref, today. Really bad. Shocking.
For people who haven't got a stream or watching us expecting a blow comment.
Why is Lacazette pulling back the player running forward? Why is Lacazette being dumb?
Let's just give the guys a little summary of what's going on. Arsenal are currently still dominating the play by way of possession, moving the ball well. Not really as quick as we'd like to see. I think Bertram and Lewis would prefer us to be moving it up faster through the lines. But we are still very much in control of this game. I don't think Norwich had a shot yet in the game.
Not yet.
Yeah,
there you go.
They have.
On target?
They've had a shot. I remember Ramsdale having to make one save.
No, that was a header that came off of
that was Gabriel. Our defender hitting the ball. That wasn't a shot.
Gabriel headed the ball and it went towards the goal, but it wasn't a shot, it was a cross. So they still haven't had a shot.
Well, statistically, BBC says Norwich have had 2 shots and 2 shots on target.
Okay,
Thank
I don't
you.
remember them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Arsenal have had 10 shots and 3 shots on target.
Okay, only 1 more shot on target than them. So that's where you want Smith Rowe because he's clearly going to shoot more on target.
Yeah, sorry guys, I've got just got some scrambled eggs, some plantain, and fried dumpling.
Thank you, mate.
So I'm just catching up on my food. Hey Bertram, I know you like your plantain, man.
I eat plantain almost every day, so I agree with
Yeah.
you. Not necessarily good for you when it's fried, but I eat it anyway.
Great goalkeeping. Great goalkeeping. All right, now, Xhaka, what are you going to do? Okay.
Down to the line.
Martinelli, come
Okay, there's the shot. Gilmore. That's the first
We need to
shot.
make a change soon. It's gone flat. Need a bit more energy out here, man. Get that 3rd goal and just say that's it. We got the 3 points done.
And that's what I can't understand. One of the guys, I think it is G, made a comment that how long do we go before we change it? We're playing in 48 hours.
It needs to be changed now. We've gone flat. We have been since the 40th minute, 35th minute. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's waiting till 65 or something. I don't know.
Doing the Arsene Wenger.
Introduce some new legs in there. I mean, obviously, you want your golden boy, goal getter extraordinaire, Smith Rowe, to be coming on and giving him a decent run out.
Oh, great nutmeg. And we keep it. Look, there's no width. Where's the width? That's it.
Guys, Arsenal's just in total control now. I don't see
That's a
any
good
resistance.
ball.
That's a great ball to Martinelli. That's a great ball to Martinelli. What a goal!
Offside.
Did he chip it?
No, it came off the defender's foot. But they'll review it. Yeah, he's offside. He's offside.
Yeah, he's
Not
offside.
even close. I need to draw the lines for those ones. Great first touch.
Yeah.
Oh, that looked like it was a
Oh
chip.
man. Yeah, he's offside. That's a shame. What a touch. Right. So they're clapping for Lily Kemp. I don't know who Lily Kemp is.
Must be one of their a fan that was there week in, week out, pillar of the community.
That's a lazy offside. That's a lazy offside because
very lazy offside, Tony. I was thinking the same thing.
It is. So, guys, Lily Kemp is a Norwich super fan who has been at the club for 70 years. 70 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Her health just was in rapid decline. She was 91 years old.
Bro.
And yeah, so that's a super fan.
God, Thomas Partey, I beg you, come on. If you're meant to be a holding midfielder and you're getting brushed aside like that. Come on, man. What is this? Look at this. Wait, I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Lewis, I had to tell you, but those 36-year-old legs can't run as well.
I know he's older than what he actually is on the passport. You don't need to tell me. Oh man.
Big shout out to GK. What's going on, bro? Big shout out to you, my brother. I hope everything is good.
Who are you taking off first?
Oh, man.
What's your first move?
I think Roy's coming on for someone. Not sure if it's Martinelli or Odegaard or Saka, but he's going to come on in the next 5 minutes or so.
I'd be taking off Thomas Partey or Xhaka. I'm not impressed with them two. There needs more energy.
They're both on a yellow card. They're both on a yellow card as well.
Longer on this pitch somehow. You've got to find.
I think.
What's that mean?
Norwich are looking to see what options they've got. It looks like they're bringing on.
Don't ask me who that is. I don't even know.
He's one of their summer signings. He hasn't played much
Oh,
for them.
We definitely need we need another holding midfielder in the January window, man. Because
We haven't talked much about Rob Holding so far today, but that's a good.
Holding midfielder, Lewis. When we got Ainsley Maitland-Niles and we
he's out.
Sambi
At the minute, he's out with COVID. He's fell out of favour with Arteta since Watford.
But that's 10 days, bro.
And then you still got to find your match fitness, so that's going to take you the whole of January, isn't it?
Really? That depends on what his symptoms are, bro. His symptoms might be nothing.
Well, it could be something. We don't know. We really don't know.
So why are you assuming that he's got to find match fitness?
Because he still has to.
You buy somebody in the January transfer window.
Also,
guess what they got to do? They got to find match fitness, bro.
We also got to take into account the guy hasn't played since Watford. How many months is that? 2?
Okay,
how many games has
been
gone past?
If you buy somebody from overseas, that's what they got to do. Get match fitness, bro. Same thing. We got 2 players. We got 3 players who fulfill that role who ain't on the pitch right now.
I can't see Lukonga coming on in this game. Not in this one. But I hear what you're saying. But he still has to. They all got to get up there somehow. And
guys,
I just don't understand.
We got Charlie Patino on there, Lewis, and other teams have been forced to play young players because of COVID. We're not exempt from that. We're not.
I know we're not exempt, but what does Arteta see? What is he thinking? Because he clearly don't fancy AMN when he could have come in over those period of fixtures when he got man of the match and still played a part. So something's still going on there, and he's still young enough to change his ways.
Martinelli's got to do better with that final ball. So he runs into the box. He's got 2 options. Instead, he puts the ball into traffic, it's a turnover. That's the kind of things we see from Kieran Tierney on the left-hand side. So that's a bit frustrating that you see something like that from a player like Martinelli. And Norwich have made their change. Dow's afternoon is over. He's replaced by Lees Melu, which, as I said,
never heard of him.
Yeah, it's one of the. Sorry, I'm lapping up this plant in here, man.
And we still haven't. Oh my days! It's 4-3. Right, it's 4-3 in the City game. It's 4-3.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm thinking to myself, am I really looking at the right game here?
It's come through. It's got a party on the side.
Brilliant goal by Saka.
Oh, what a goal by Saka!
Brilliant goal by Saka.
Wrap it up in a nice goal, please. That's 11 goals in the Premier League as a 20-year-old, yes.
Brilliant goal.
So now you're only 1 goal away from what you consider to be a good result, Lewis.
Odegaard again with Lacazette.
Nah,
nice exchange.
That was all Saka. That's not Odegaard. That's all Saka.
Look, the defender's pressing him. He goes around him.
That's all Saka.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's all Saka.
Hey, Bertram, look where he placed the ball. Look where he placed the ball.
It's a brilliant goal. You can't knock it. It's a brilliant goal. He doesn't have the best shot. So he's got to do more placement. It's a brilliant goal.
What a finish. What a finish. What a finish. And now Williams is going to be like, God damn, I couldn't get near him. I can't get near him. He scored again. And that's the perfect response. That's the response that Saka should have done from the get-go is, all right, then you got to take me out, but I'm going to score a goal again, and I'm going to come at you again. And I'm going to make your afternoon miserable. Keep it up.
GK says, GK says we spoke on his goal contribution finishing in the game last night. Yep, in the last game, and he's finishing. Yep, exactly. And it's
we
one
need
thing.
to make changes in our center midfield.
Yeah.
Party's on the yellow. So is
Xhaka.
So is Xhaka. We should make a
I
change.
agree. That's right. I totally agree with that. Now's the time. You got 3-goal lead. You bring on Lokonga. You know what he can do, and you kind of got to think about Wolves now. You start to look and think, okay, can I get someone's legs just a little bit of time on the pitch?
I totally agree. So, guys, if you've just tuned in, Saka's just put Arsenal 3-0 up, which is what I predicted. Me and Naomi said 3-0. I think Naomi went for more, actually, and Tony. But what a strike from Saka. That's the pick of the bunch from us. It doesn't look like much is on. He's on the right-hand side. He has a defender pressing him. He dummies the defender, then goes around him and produces a fine finish bottom left corner. And the goalkeeper didn't have a chance.
Apollo, Man City scored. Now 5-3.
Oh, Lord.
That's a no, but we want that though. We want City to take points off of Leicester. That's what we need right now. We need them. We need Leicester as far behind as we possibly need right about now.
Totally.
So for me, they conceded 5. They scored 2. Do you know what I'm saying? Goal difference could play a part here. While we're 3-0 up with a 2 sheet.
They've scored 3, by the way, Lewis.
Oh, 3, sorry. My bad.
2-2 West Ham Southampton, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw it.
What happens if you score like 2 more? What?
Guys, Arsenal are now just 3 points behind Chelsea. 3 points behind Chelsea.
Play. No. Just come back out of there.
You should have go back.
Why is that not? Oh my Lord! No fouls. Just stand up. Just stand him up because he's got nowhere to go. Well done.
Freddie's saying, I'm hoping we don't get subbed on now. I've got Saka vice captain on my fantasy. Nice, bro. Nice.
He must be looking hat-trick now.
Chico said Leicester gave away 2 penalties. Nice. Yeah, they really messed it up, man.
Odegaard's going into his book of tricks. Whoa, what was you doing there?
Is it the Premier League still?
Mm-hmm.
How many years until is
That's a great
Is it like cup finals?
Help him. Nice. Lacazette's play is immense.
Tony, that hold-up play, you see how skillful he is, Tony?
Oh, did you see the cheeky control on the back by Xhaka?
Yeah.
Oh, Ronaldo on the pitch.
Ashley, there's one already on the pitch. It's called Rob Holdinho.
Oh, go. Oh, unlucky.
GK says, Laka's so technical. Are you all gaining confidence back in Arteta? I never lost confidence in Arteta, so you have to talk to Bertram and Tony.
I'm somewhat enthused, I'd like to say that. I'm not going overboard on Arteta. There's still big questions to be asked. So why is El Neni coming on? Why is not Sambi?
I think Sambi's probably his recovery, probably.
Okay. He's been recovering for a little while because he's been on some benches subsequently.
Yeah. Apparently he had COVID quite.
But then wasn't he one of those that was COVID positive 10 days ago or something like that?
Yeah, he had a high temperature and everything, so
are we that desperate for players that we have to put him on the bench then?
Yeah, GK says Apollo personally, I always wanted him. Yeah, me too. I wanted Arteta in the club and I wanted him as a manager, and I don't want, I want success to follow him. So I'm not gonna not back him.
Look, the man has been backed, okay? He's been backed. It's not like he has nothing to work with. He's been backed. We spent £150 million in the last window. A lot of money.
Tony,
He should be doing what he's doing now is what we expect.
Tony already said where Kyron is. He's come down with a case of COVID.
Yeah.
So so he's not here, mate.
Yeah, he's isolating at his mum's currently.
Speedy recovery.
Thank you, bro. He's fine. He's asymptomatic, but he's just
can't take no risks out here.
Yeah.
Right, come on, one more goal for my prediction to be accurate. Come on, Arsenal. Let's see another.
GK says Emery was backed by Bertrand.
Oh my lord, man!
Was that Ben White? That's unbelievable. He has a mistake in him. I'm telling you, man has a mistake in him. Second time in the game he has done that. We should be lucky it's Norwich we're playing.
Yeah, and again, Bertram, as I said, he's 23, so you probably expect these things from him. I mean, Gabriel was look how rash Gabriel was last season.
Yeah, very, very, very.
I mean, that's sloppy from Ben White. That is. That's very sloppy. Kuke says, Apollo, when will your review for Matrix be up? Give me a couple of days for that one. I do agree with Tony Cox, though. Tony gave it 6.5 out of 10, and I have to agree with Tony. I give it a 6.5 out of 10 as well. But I'll get my review up, and then I'll tell you all about it.
So
funny,
he's taken...
Yeah, El Nene's on now. And Party's off. Party's off to...
So why we take off the man who can play with a yellow card and leave on the one when we're taking off the man on the feet, leaving Jack who cannot play with a yellow.
Yeah, Jack is more likely to get the red.
Of course.
Bertram is saying.
I think that's what he hopes.
Jackery's teacher's pet. He can't do no wrong.
Right now, I'd bring on Eddie. I actually would bring on Eddie. I think you want some movement up ahead.
I think Tony's warming up to my boy. Hey, yeah.
You bring on Smith Rowe.
Yeah, Smith Rowe on first, and then
Smith Rowe deserves to play. Unless he's gonna play him he's gonna play him in the next game. I think actually.
For all you Eddie Nketiah fans, it was Norwich that Eddie came and played his first game. Eddie played his first game against Norwich in the League Cup and scored 2 goals in that game when Arsenal won 2-0.
Somebody's changing on the bench. I'm not sure who it is.
Hey, Neomis is nipping off.
I think Pepe's changing actually.
Hey, Neomis is not enough to add Christmas pudding and some rum and coming back into the chat and checking out the game.
Apologies, man. My internet's been terrible. But since I've been away, I see Saka scored another goal. So that's what, 5 for him in the Premier League, 6 now across all competitions. It's a nice number for him.
Yeah,
he's doing
just
good.
West Ham have just gone back up 3-2.
Wow.
Who's winning? Is that West Ham?
Southampton are beating West Ham. It got back to 2-2, but now it's 3-2 to Southampton.
Hold on, what about that City game? Because I've been looking at it on my phone. Like that looks
5-3 City. 5-3 City.
That's a game for the neutrals out there. That's just football at its best. No one's defending, and it's just goals galore.
All out attack.
Yeah. This is going to be the last comfortable game that we watch this season. Easy 3-0 for us. Got Wolves in 3 days. No, 2 days.
Ref, thank you. Yeah, here comes Pepe.
Who's that there?
Oh, is Pepe out of the doghouse now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pepe is
brilliant.
out.
Look
He
how
must have
young
given
Charlie
Arteta a
looks.
nice Christmas gift.
Charlie looks like he's like about 10 on that bench, man. Yeah, that's it.
No,
Yeah.
no, Neil, it's the 2 nutmegs.
Right. Hold on. What's going on here? Everybody's cursing out Neomis. What's going on?
Hold on, what have I done? All I said was
GK just said, "Don't jinx us, Neomis." What's going on? I'll leave the street for 2 minutes, guys. GK says, "I think Smith Rowe should get a run at least. I think Smith Rowe should start against Wolves at the Emirates in 2 days.
He will start against Wolves.
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
He's going to bench Martinelli and play him instead.
Season's greetings. Who is this? Who this is? Season's greetings. It's Freddie. What's going on, Freddie? Big shout out to you. Love, peace, respect to the family. Did you check out the Lakers versus the Nets last night? What a game. To be honest, I was laughing out through most of the game. I was enjoying the Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns. Yeah, that was a brilliant game.
His name Craxton dunked on Blake Griffin on LeBron.
Yeah, that was brilliant, man. That was brilliant. Good to see you, as always, Freddie. Guys, Arsenal here cruising away 3-0, I predicted, and that's exactly what the scoreline is. And it's exactly what we want. If you'd have told me this was 3-0 before the start of the game, I would have taken it. We've had a few players, a few fans here that have said that we haven't played well, but the beauty of being in the Premier League is not playing at the best of your ability and still coming home with the result. So this by no means was this a poor game, but it wasn't efficient in that respect. And if a game's like this, Arsenal could have easily had the ability to win it 5 or 6. And some fans would have loved to have seen that. However, let's have a look at the league table, which Tony doesn't like to do. And our goal difference is +7 now, Tony.
Wow. Phenomenal.
It's looking here.
That's phenomenal.
Get up, carry on. Come on, put them to the sword.
How many tackles has Martinelli won today?
My Lord.
Great defense. Martinelli's defensive work, guys, is as good as Nketiah's. I mean, he's coming back, winning balls in the midfield. Listen, man, that's a good habit to have. That's a great habit to have. Neomis nipping off for some more turkey and cranberry and roast potatoes and parsnip. Charlie Patino's name is being sung by the
Roy's coming on.
I thought so.
Probably for Martinelli, I would assume. No, for Odegaard. Must be. No, Martinelli.
It's really strange why he's not resting. I mean, look, there's 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. But look, guys, at the end of the day, Tony, Bertram, Lewis, we can talk about man management as much as we like. The fact is, this team has not played any European football. I wouldn't understand if our players were gassed with the lack of football we've been playing this season. So there it is. That's it from me, really. These guys should be used to be playing. Sorry, go on, Lewis.
It's something that the clubs needed, really, to kind of humble a lot of these players, because we have over the last few seasons been playing really bad but scraping into Europe, and it was the final sort of what I would call a reset on, keeping players past their tenure,
Yeah.
And like Arteta coming in for this rebuild is something.
That's a great
long
penalty to Arsenal.
That was all Smith Rowe. That was all Smith Rowe.
Pepe, sure.
He missed the last one.
Pepe, sure.
Where's the yellow? No yellow.
Guys, first of all, I don't even think that was a penalty. But what a great
challenge! Yes, it is. Look, passing
it's a penalty all day. It's penalty all day. It's a foul, so it has to be a penalty. It's in the box.
Oh, yeah, it is a penalty. Yeah, I just seen it from a different angle.
Penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty.
The movement.
Get
The movement.
this fourth goal.
Look at the
Come
ball
on.
movement.
Pepe penalty. Pepe should take it.
The
Pepe is
ball-
our best
the ball-
penalty taker, but Laka's
The
gonna take it.
the ball
Yeah,
movement
yes.
prior to the penalty.
So
It's
hold
amazing.
on, guys. Bertram and Tony, you two trolling me now.
What do you mean?
Pepe come on the field, and I left the studio. I come back, and you lot never even tell me he's on the pitch.
No, we
I
said
just-
so.
He's on the
I wasn't
pitch.
here.
bro.
I wasn't
He's
here.
on there now. These short run-ups.
He doesn't really miss penalties, Lacazette, to be honest with you.
He
just
missed the
been
last
lucky.
one he took. He scored this
Yeah,
one.
he did. Yeah, that's a good penalty.
The one
There
thing
you
I
go,
hate
Lewis.
is the short, that short run-up really makes
There
me
you go,
nervous
Lewis.
because
Yeah.
I told you. Hopefully there's no.
No, it's all about the backflip, Lewis. It's
Blow
all
the
about the
whistle,
backflip.
ref. Cool full time, man. That's enough now. They've had enough of the beating.
Yeah, he's
Cool
looking
full
to see. He's looking to see where the goalie's going.
That's
Going
a
to-
bad tackle by the defender. He's not going anyplace.
Yeah.
Why even make the tackle?
Once I saw it from the goalkeeper,
At this point, 4-0. We can finish the game now.
Bertram, you're so cheeky.
4-0. We can close it off.
That's it. Game done. 3 points. +8 on the goal difference. Been a good day.
Yeah. It's a
Been a
nice
good
time to
day.
be an Arsenal fan right now, man. 4th place
Until
and
we-
pulling away. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Right,
Great pass,
Spurs,
guys.
Spurs are on 3 right now, so they're also doing their goal difference a load of good right now as well.
Yeah, Zaha got 2 yellows, got a red in the 30-something minute.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord, Vincey said 4-0 as well, so he
Yeah,
got that
basically
one
said
right.
4.
Apparently, Apparently,
GK
Zaha
reckons.
and
Sorry, go on.
no. Host goes first.
No, I just wanted to say GK said let Saka take it for the hat trick and to redeem all the England football thing. But go on, Lewis.
Apparently, Tanganga and Zaha had a heated exchange, and I think that spilled on from when Tottenham went to Selhurst Park earlier on in the season. So there's a bit of bad blood there, and it's not beyond Zaha to do something stupid to get sent off. So it'd be interesting to see what actually went on.
That's mad.
Okay. The only thing I care about now is the clean sheet. So we have to maintain that because I think that brings us level with Man City on clean sheets. If I'm not, is it Man City or Liverpool on clean sheets? If
It
we
is.
get a clean sheet
It's Man City. Yeah, it's Man City.
Yeah.
It's Man City.
Play.
Um,
Come on. Terrible pass. Still got it. No, you got to find an easy ball there, Smith Rowe.
So let me just bring something
Well
to the
done.
mix.
Great out ball. Come on. That's it. Pepe, come on. That's got to be better there. Man's fresh on, and you're telling me you can't hold the ball up and just turn. Well done, holding. Good.
So remember,
Nice.
guys, when Norwich played Man United beat them with a lucky goal. Norwich's defense hasn't been too bad. They had a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, 0-0 against Wolves. They beat Southampton 2-1. Norwich's defense hasn't been bad. So this game, by all accounts, Arsenal's just broken them wide open.
They also are missing some players, right? So
Agreed.
Well, yeah, but you can only beat what's put in front of you.
Yeah, because let me go back to it, because that wasn't my initial point. My initial point is, I better go back to it. My initial point is that without Aubameyang, Arsenal have scored 4 goals today, 5 in their last game, 4 the game before that, 2 the game before that, and so since Aubameyang's been out of the team, 5, 8, 13. So Arsenal have scored 17 goals in their last 6 games without Aubameyang.
Odegaard rushing to take this free kick. Pepe should take the free kick. Odegaard, Laka, and Pepe are rushing. Look like it's more Odegaard's team nowadays.
Mad.
Yeah, he's going to take the free kick. I think Pepe wants it, but he's not getting it.
I think I'm going to put that on Twitter, guys.
Laka's not bad at that, but at this distance, for me, it's either Odegaard or Pepe from this distance. I don't think Pepe is going to get a
It's
shot.
going to be Odegaard. He's taking it. He's not even giving Pepe a chance to take it.
Oh, guys, I've just seen the. Oh.
What?
Zaha. I've just seen the Zaha thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Oh, City 6.
Imagine that hit from.
City have scored 6.
Yeah, I just see that.
Is it 6?
Man City.
Yeah. So,
6-3.
guys, I just saw the Zaha red card. So he's next to the Spurs player, and then he just goes bang with his elbow. It's a clear red card.
Zaha is too hot-headed. He hasn't learned to control his emotions.
Yeah.
What, did the ref give a straight red for that? Or did the ref give a second yellow?
I didn't see the card because I was only watching it on Twitter, but it would have been a straight red anyway. It would have been a straight red.
It's a shame, man. Like, Zaha's a good player, but if you wind him up enough, he's got that in him. He really does have that in his locker. And it's a shame. I think if Patrick Vieira was there today, I think that result could have gone a different way.
Right, let me just put this one through here. Here we go. Right. So let me type this in on Twitter. Since Aubameyang.
That's a foul.
Since Aubameyang has.
To be fair to Xhaka, the number 34 for Arsenal, since he got booked, he's actually kept it calm. Goal.
Smith Rowe scored after.
Oh,
Smith Rowe scored again.
My prediction
Again.
5-0.
I think we need to start talking.
That was an easy tapping, though. That was
I think we got to start talking about false nine. We got to start talking about false nine people. It's like, how are you going to have this guy on the bench? He doesn't deserve to be on the bench.
But he's not in the false
line. He looks offside.
He's not in the false.
He looks offside.
He's not. Oh, yeah, his toes offside. His toes offside.
I think
he hit the defender. So the question is, not allowed, but hit the defender first. See, that's the thing.
But the defender's not intentionally trying to play the ball.
Sean.
Keep us informed, guys. Tell us you're ahead of me.
It looks offside.
They're gonna give.
Yeah.
They're gonna give it as offside.
It's offside.
To be honest with you, that would be a Pepe assist.
Or a defender assist.
Not when Pepe's trying to shoot. Not like that.
That's offside.
Yeah, they're gonna give it as offside.
Imagine they did.
No, they will. You can see by the mowing strips.
I don't know. It looks in line to me.
They've given it. They've given it.
It looks in line. It looks in line. They draw the line.
They've given it. They've given it.
Yeah, they've given it, guys.
All right. Well played.
That's the goal.
They're going to have to goal again.
So,
and that is why when VAR is applied in the right way, we get the right result.
No, when VAR is in your favor, that's the right result.
It looks well bad.
It's in your favor.
So, guys, Smith Rowe's got 9 goals and 2 assists.
Wow.
Wow.
And what I would like to see is his minutes per goal, because at the moment his minutes
a goal are incredible. Incredible now.
Wow.
Now that he's been on the bench, they're incredible.
And let's just mention 1 shot, 1 goal.
You know he's sort of playing a false 9, right? You know he doesn't play wide.
That's what I said.
You don't realize that. But he's not. But he's playing a false 9 with a 9, with an actual 9, Neomis. Because he always he's never out wide. No, but he's
but
playing
think
with
about
another
it.
nine.
Lacazette.
It's not like he's playing two up front when he plays.
But have you noticed that like Lacazette himself doesn't really play like a few games ago we were giving him criticism because he's always dropping deep. So like Lacazette himself almost isn't
Well,
like a 9 these days.
Who are you gonna bench, Neomis? Who are you gonna bench?
I told you before, like even though I said it as a question, like for me, I'm not dropping Smith Rowe. Like he's
But
got,
who are you gonna
like,
bench?
Laka, I
Okay?
love you,
No.
but- Like, I love you, Laka, but you
Who are you
got to sit
benching?
down.
Who?
I told you Lacazette. You said Lacazette.
Oh no. That's the link.
No.
That's the link. That's the link. That's the link.
No, I'm not dropping Martinelli. I can't.
We start winning when Laka start playing in the
nine.
9.
Who are you dropping then?
We start winning when Laka start playing in the 9 versus Aubameyang.
Yeah, I think Odegaard is the
the
link.
link.
I don't think Lacazette's the link. I think Odegaard is.
No, Laka is. Paula, you guys are not watching the game. When Laka gets
I'm
the ball,
watching
it
the
sticks.
game.
When he gets the ball, it sticks. So
Yes,
you can bring
yes, that's
Odegaard
right,
into
yeah.
play. You can bring Martin into play. You can bring Saka into the play. Look, when he gets the ball, it sticks. Not like when Laka Abba gets it.
I think the thing about our opinion, Bertram, two sides of the same coin. Regardless of what we're saying is the link, it's the combination of the four players that are working. It's Saka, it's the interlink with Odegaard, it's Martinelli, and it's Lacazette. That quartet has just learned how to move the ball at pace. And the movement and everything just seems to be working. Like I said, I just posted it on Twitter. 17 goals in the last 6 games.
So Paulo, we were on a bad run last year.
The fans are getting all the tops. I love that. The fans are getting all the tops.
So we played Chelsea last year. We're in a bad run. Laka playing up front with the kids. We destroyed Chelsea 3-1. It gave you a picture as to what we could be doing with Laka as the point person. I've always said Abba is not the person.
You're right.
Never has been.
Never.
That ability to bounce the ball off someone it's like a wall pass you're making when you play with Laka.
Yeah, I think the time that I realized, we have this conversation every week, basically. And the time that I realized that you guys were onto something was when we actually broke down Lacazette's games played, and realized that this guy, if memory serves me, in 104 starts has 52 goals. So it doesn't matter that he's played 148 games. It doesn't matter. What we looked at was how many of those games did he actually start. And he's averaging a goal every other game. So,
Laka's or Firmino. That's what he plays. He plays Firmino. He plays a 9/10 role. He comes deep. Yeah. He links the play up, and he starts to play. He's our Firmino. Let's see if we can play well against the better teams with him in that pivot. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we got City again, on New Year's.
Yeah,
like,
we have.
Can we just skip that?
That would be nice.
Can we skip that game and go to the next one?
Well, we have a bit of a cushion.
We're putting ourselves in a position where, should we lose to City, which is high possibility, it might not affect us too much. And don't get me wrong, I want to beat City, I really do. But when you look at the caliber of players they've got in the positions that they got, they could field a possible three different 11s against us and still win the game. Because
we're 6 points out of second place.
I know this, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the fact that.
Someone's going to say we're going to win the league. Someone's going to say we're going to win the league.
Slow your roll, my brother. Slow your roll, man.
All right,
remember,
Lewis, I've got a question for Lewis.
It's not mathematically impossible yet, so I'm just pointing that out.
I know. Was it Lewis? I got a question for you. January 1st, we face City. I think they've just beaten Leicester 6-3. If we got beaten 6-3, bear in mind, Leicester came back and they scored 3 goals, because that ain't easy to be able to do that. Would you be accepting of that?
No, because we lost the game 6-3. We lost. We don't get no points for that. The goal difference is only 3 less, but at the same time, we gave City. It would look like that we've given City a game, but 6-3, that's a beating. It's a smash. And let's not forget, they went 4-0 down. before Leicester said, you know what, let's go caution into the wind, forget it, we've lost the game sort of thing. I don't want to be in that position. I want us to be going toe to toe with City, but I know realistically that's not a possibility right now.
He's gonna be going toe to elbow. I don't think it's gonna be toe to toe. I think it's toe to toe.
No.
This City side, they're offensively.
They went 4 up within 20 minutes. That tells me they just went boop, 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 and then they just hit cruise control. And then when Leicester started coming into the game, like, all right, then it's 4-3 now. Let's just kick into 4th gear, because I guarantee you they didn't go any higher than 4th gear today when you see the highlights. So that's how good Man City are right now.
Yeah, my biggest concern with Play City is the press. We're trying to play from the back.
Yeah.
Their press is, it's not the press they see from Norwich today. They take risks because they can afford to take risks, because when they get it, they can keep it. So they press you really high up with vigor. And the question is, can I get behind them? That's the question. Can Laka hold it up long enough to have us running off them? If you can get behind them, the question is, can you truly get behind them? That's the question.
And guys, learn from what we have on tape. The first 40 minutes against Liverpool was very, very inspiring and gives us a taste of what these younger players are capable of doing. We know what happened after 40 minutes. We can all hold our hand up. They lost their rag, and then Tavares made a mistake, and then it just capitulated from there. We get it. We understand it. But for 40 minutes, I haven't seen us play Liverpool like that for a very, very long time. Actually, since even when we beat Liverpool 2-1 in the first COVID year, we weren't that great. It was because of the pressing from Nketiah and Lacazette and all that stuff. We pressed them into submission. Liverpool couldn't get the ball out of the penalty area because we just would not stop rushing them. And our goals came from Liverpool, forcing errors into mistakes. That's why we beat them 2-1. But outside of that, the display, well, we won't talk about the Charity Shield because let's focus on the league. But in the league, we've not really had a convincing game against them. And that first 40 minutes when we played them last month was I liked what I saw.
The most important thing for us so far this season is that we're not drawing games. People don't realize how draws can be. 2 draws is a loss and a draw.
Yeah.
Right? Versus now we're only drawing 2 games all season. We have 6 losses, which is the most in the top 5 or 6. But we only have 2 draws. We have 35 points, which is halfway through the season. So if you extrapolate that, that's 70 points. That's not bad, actually.
Sorry, Tony, did you want to say something before Lewis?
No, go ahead, Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis, go on.
The only thing about that Anfield 40 minutes that was missing was an outlet that could hold up the ball to allow the midfield to come up and play. And just before Liverpool got the first goal, we did actually put the ball into the back of the net as well. Had that gone in, the game completely changes on its head. Maybe. But it's comforting that, these young guys are willing to muck in and do the dirty side of the work. It's now just when we're in that kind of phase, we need to make sure that we've got the right outball for us to then go on and play and build on it. That was all that was missing from that game. Literally.
So let me just quickly go to this. Did want to ask Neomis something. So Neomis, we go after 84 minutes, we go 4-0 up. A little upset we didn't give Coutinho 5-6 minutes.
Yeah. I think that's probably the one thing that I think Arteta could do kind of more of that would remind me of the kind of Wenger days to give those young players a little bit more of a run out. Maybe if we had
3 subs on. We had 3 subs already on.
Yeah, but we were winning the game already. Like, was there really a need for? I mean, as much as I want him to get a chance, like a Pepe to come on, why not throw Patino on there for 10, 15 minutes? See what he can do. So give the fans something really joyous for the end of the year, because I think like most fans don't really kind of criticize these young players coming through the way that they are right now. So I would have liked to have seen it. One player I would have liked to also play before I end is Eddie Nketiah. I mean, I didn't watch the last game, but heard the amount of goals that he scored, and would have loved to seen him get an opportunity as well. But yeah.
Oh man, I tell you, there were some really good goals as well. Dave just
Yeah.
what it does what on the tin, mate.
Yeah.
So guys,
That was his best performance in an Arsenal
He's the
shirt.
one, man. That back heel flip. He loves a little back heel flip, Eddie.
yeah.
He really
So guys,
does.
let's go through my player ratings, and then you guys can give your thoughts on the game and your ratings. I'm going to go with a 7 for Aaron Ramsdale. He didn't have much to do, if I'm honest. He had 2 shots, he saved them, came out for a couple of one-on-ones, which is what I talked about with that Bert Leno didn't do in the last game. And this guy's just the whole package, but he didn't have much to do, so I can't give him more than a 7. Ben White, I'm going to give a 6.5.
I'm down the pole, on the inside of the pole. Look how the wires are. Austin.
What's that, Lewis? Sorry?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm talking to my son.
Oh, okay. So Ben White, guys, I think it was an up and down game for him. He had some good recovery play, but just a couple of eerie passes which allowed the intensity to drop a little bit. At that stage of the game, we started saying it wasn't a great performance. This is when we were 2-0 up, if you guys can remember. And we were saying not a great performance. 2 passes he had, which both could have slipped us through on one-on-ones with the goalkeeper, and he kind of misfired. Then we started questioning the intensity of the game. And just little things like that, I just like him to neaten up. As I said to Bertram, I know he's only 23 and he's got that in his game. We have to accept that, guys. And we just have to accept the fact that he'll grow from it. He's nowhere near his prime. Players are said to be in their prime when they're 25, 26. So he has another couple of seasons to go. But I'd just like to see him polish that part of his game up, because he's not known for giving the ball away. It's not something that he's known in the league for. He's one of the most accurate passes out of the backfield, and he's the 3rd most dangerous centre back in terms of passes into the final third. And we know that. That's the reason why we bought him, to replace David Luiz. So I just want to sort of back Bertram, really, with Bertram's concern, but at the same time, sort of just calm the ship a little bit, because it's not an issue now, but it can be if that part of his development sort of goes downhill. Rob Holding, solid game, 7. Similar, same as Gabriel, really. Rock solid, didn't allow anything to come through. I saw them tracking balls in, which they did a really good job of. Nobody pushed them or pressured them off the ball. So both him and Gabriel actually get the same grade. So they get a 7. Kieran Tierney.
You got 7.5 for Gabriel on your thing.
Yeah, sorry, 7.5. Sorry, I gave that to the wrong guy, so let me correct it. The 0.5 was for Tierney. So let me just put that on Tierney and then replace it. There you go. So the 7.5 is for Tierney. Now, his deliveries aren't up to scratch. It looks like at times that he's not even looking into the box where the ball's going, and it's been that way for a while. So that's a coaching issue. Yeah, that's an issue. But I don't see Tavares doing that, I have to say. I think Tavares is much more useful with the ball at his feet. Yeah, just want to point that out. But his commitment going forward cannot be overlooked. Tierney looks like he definitely is improving every single week. He's getting better and better. And I've noticed his grades are peaking up there in the 7.5s. And he's taken the left flank now as his own. And coming off playing with Martinelli, I thought was one of the strengths of today. And cutting in and getting the goal was just fantastic. He's got that in his game. He needs to do more of it. Tierney, when we talk about him, we always talk about him as an offensive threat. We never say, oh, he had an amazing defensive display today. That's something we don't really associate the player with. But what we do say is that he's really helpful on the final third and gets himself involved in the offensive part of the game. And he did that today, and he did that the last game when he had the assists. He's had a couple of assists and goals since he's been back. So, look, as long as he's performing, then fair enough, he's a starter. But we want to see performances like this because he's got competition. That's where it is, guys. He has competition. So if you start to come in with 5s and 4s and 3s, then that won't be good enough. But he's not doing that at the moment. He's providing, he's playing well. So fair dues to Kieran Tierney. Good display today. Thomas Partey. Now, this is going to be controversial. I'm giving Partey a 7. Now, since he's been improving and he's been back, you remember I talked about when he had 2 4s and a 3, and then he had 2 back-to-back 6.5 games. Today he has a 7. Now, this afternoon, he was being a little bit more physical in the midfield. The quality at our position, I understand that, but this is the Premiership. You've got to do it regardless who you're playing against. But I have to say, guys, it looks like that the composure in his game, the erraticness is gone. He's more composed on the ball. His passing is more crisp, much more crisp. And that's what I like from him now. So I like the display today for Thomas. He's going to be missing for a month. I don't know whether, I think he's going to play Wolves and then that's it. He's off. But yeah, a decent display from him today.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Apollo. Just a quick correction. Everybody's going to the African nations after Man City game. It's just It was released today. Okay, cool. So that's even better. That's even better. So Martin Odegaard, guys. Wow, I actually put a 9 and then I tinkered it down to an 8.5. This guy is just, we have to think of a name for him because I know I call him Mesut Odegaard, but that's not good enough. We got to come up with something, whether it's the magician or whether it's something else, I don't know. But this guy, another dazzling performance from him. And it's just happening every game. And every time I see this, I think about Emi Buendia. And I think, we wanted Buendia so much. We wanted him so much. And we ended up getting this guy. We talked Real Madrid down from 50 million euros to 30 million. And look what these guys doing in the central area. His skill, the positional play, the security. How many balls have we seen him give away? I'm opening up that to the floor. Guys, have you seen him giving a ball away?
Not much. Very little, if any.
So I think that in terms of where we were struggling with last season, this is fantastic what we're seeing from him now. And I know I lauded his play in the second half of last season. Him and Smith Rowe were two of the biggest reasons, and Pepe, by the way, for us to turn last season around. But he's on another level this season. I mean, he's playing right now like how he plays for Norway. He really is. Just total dominance of that area with limited amount of touches of the football as possible. Our play in transition with Odegaard has been fantastic. So I can't shout that enough. I really can't. Martinelli, I was irking from a 7.5 to an 8. In the end, I settled with an 8. And it wasn't that much. It's more of a 7.5. But I think his display, defensive levels, energy levels, his work rate is just, he's the hardest working player on the team. I don't think there's no person on the team that covers amount of ground that this guy does. And it helps you on both sides of the ball. And I think that is fantastic. And I don't know how you drop him for Smith Rowe. And this is something which we've all talked about. And Bertram says, who do you drop? Because how can you drop a player who's given you these kind of displays game in, game out? And he is not playing like a player who can lose his spot. And it's a good problem to have. Lacazette, I'm giving Lacazette a 7.5. He was a little less involved today than he was in previous games. But make no mistake, his movement and hold-up play is imperative to Arsenal's success going forward. And I made the statement to say Arsenal's scored 17 goals in the last 6 games without Aubameyang, and he is a big reason for that. It doesn't happen without, not just him, but as I said to all of you guys, it's the 4 of them, it's the quartet. It's the combination. Managers have to find a solution that works, and sometimes that could take weeks, it could take months. Sometimes some managers never find a solution. If you look at teams like Brighton, if you look at other teams, sometimes managers just don't find what clicks. And Arteta has found something that clicks, and he's not going to waver from it. This is us. This is who we are. And because of that, Arteta gets another 8. That's his 3rd 8 in a row. So well done, Mikel Arteta. Tony, you want to go next, or shall I move? Yeah, Tony's ready. Yeah, Tony, you got the conch.
Okay, so probably not going to differ much from yours. In all honesty, I thought Ramsdale, yeah, good solid 8, 7, yeah. Ben White, actually was very much involved in his role, but obviously he's filling big boots in trying to be, you know, a replacement for Tomiyasu. So there's a lot of pressure on there, but he seemed to do the job okay. Obviously that one horror pass back that could have released Pookie into a goal scoring opportunity. So 6.5 for him. I'm agree with Holding and Gabriel, solid 7s as well. Tierney 7.5. Yeah, can't disagree with that. Took his goal well. And the same points you made about him in terms of his crossing. Absolutely, I've got to back you on that one. He who shall remain unnamed by you, but will be by us. Granit Xhaka. I actually had to look at his stats today. Interestingly, three key passes compared to Thomas Partey, who had 2. Pass accuracy, 93.5% compared to 92 by Thomas Partey. Generally, obviously, you know, it looked like an accident waiting to happen with that stupid yellow card. Generally, I didn't think him and Partey really put their stamp on the game. But you know what? They were that defensive shield. They probably do lots of nitty-gritty stuff that doesn't get heralded. So I'm going to give him a solid 7. I'm also going to give Partey a solid 7. He didn't do anything bad, but, you know, I expect more from Thomas Partey. He's playing subpar for me right now. Saka, I actually think he had a decent game. The 2 goals kind of overcame some weakness in his game for me personally. You know, it's great that he's scoring goals now. It's fantastic, because if there was one asset of his game that we were all screaming about, was his goal output. And now all of a sudden we can't talk about that, because he created for himself a goal on his own, which was Pepe-esque. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
Because that's what Pepe is renowned for doing. And obviously, he took, you know, his first goal really well from the lay-on from Odegaard. So 9, I'm going to downgrade that just slightly, because I actually think he didn't drive as much as he did. And I know probably some of Lewis's frustration is some of the stuff we do at the top end of the pitch, where we're kind of giving it away and not quite getting. I mean, let's compare this game to West Ham's game, the game against West Ham. We created 21 shots in the first half alone against West Ham. Today, we created 16 shots in the entire game. So creatively, he was way better against West Ham than he was today. So I'm going to give him an 8.5, which is still a very good mark. Odegaard, Odegaard, the kid's wonderful. He is coming into his own. I got to eat humble pie, and I'm happy about that, because he was, for me, not productive enough. You know, he was holding on the ball too long. But today, 2 fantastic assists, and generally just great overall play. You know, I'm going to give him a 9. I loved his game today. I absolutely loved his game today. So he's going to get a 9. Martinelli worked hard, but if I give Saka an 8.5, I have to give Martinelli an 8. He was not on the same level for me output-wise. Didn't get any assists, didn't get a goal. In a game that you kind of feel, if he's on his mettle, he gets a goal. Lacazette, I think I have to give him 8.5. Because we scored 5 goals. And I'm pretty certain he's instrumental in every part of all those goals in some way or not. Got a goal and an assist. Yeah. What more can we ask?
Yeah, I think his movement.
Lacazette things.
Yeah, I think his movement was the key to creating the openings and the space that others needed to run around. So that's imperative.
And I did mean to say this during the game. Lacazette is vocal, where Aubameyang has never been that guy. Because I'm looking at the game, and there was a point where I wanted to point it out, but I didn't get the chance because someone else was speaking at the time. But I was going to say, look at Lacazette. He's screaming at these guys. And I like that in my captain. Yeah. So right now, I personally would not have picked Lacazette to be captain because I don't think he's got a future at the club. But you know what? Again, I'm willing to eat humble pie because right now, my captain is leading this team with aplomb. He is doing a great job. He's managing those youngsters. He's influencing the team. He's influencing the play. He's doing everything that a skipper should do.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
I'm giving him a 9 today. Arteta, yeah, good job. Well done. Great team. You picked what you had to do. You made substitutions where you need to. You made an impact with a substitution. So yeah, good solid 8. And that's me done, gentlemen.
So Freddie's given Saka man of the match. Andrew says, speak for yourself, Bertram. I got plenty drawers. I'm not sure what that's about. Big shout out to Ashek. Ashek said, yes, we got 5 goals, but there's still a lack of fluidity in play. I disagree. I think you don't get 5 goals without any fluidity. And I just talked about how the quartet at the front 4 is playing as good as... Look, there's one thing you guys have got to know. I know all of you lot in the chat have been following my channel for many years. And I've always talked about Ozil, Sanchez, Walcott, and Giroud. We had 65 goals in 2016-2017 season. Those 4 players provided 65 goals. And my challenge to Emery, Arteta, and at the time Ljungberg was that we need to create a quartet that is going to give us that level of output. And I can actually sit back here and look and see, well, Smith Rowe, we ain't even talking about Smith Rowe, but Odegaard, we know he can get double digits, goals, assists. We know Martinelli is capable of doing it. He just hasn't had the starts. We know Lacazette was our leading goal scorer last season, and Saka started to score now. So Saka looks like he has the capability to get you 10 goals. So when you have front 4 players who can hit double digits, it's not just the goals, it's the assists as well. It's the interchange. Then I think you've got something good. And remember, guys, it's a work in progress. Yeah, it's a work in progress. We are in our infancy, which is a little bit of a shame why the conversation about Lacazette has to happen. But we are in our infancy. We are at the start of our journey. We're not there yet. And you guys know from my videos in the week that I leave, I always say that. But let's start with Gary. Gary has gone for Ramsdale 7, White 7, Tierney 7, Holden 7, Gabriel 7, Partey 8, Xhaka 8, Odegaard a 9, Saka 9, Martinelli 8, Lacazette 8, and he's gone El Nene 6, Pepe 6, Smith Rowe 7, nothing for Arteta there. This is Kez. Kez normally comes on YouTube. Kez says, all-round good game. Well done, Arsene. Yep, brilliant. Fantastic. GK did say something about Xhaka, but I'll go on to... Oh, this is Kez. All right. Kez goes Ramsdale 7, Tierney 7.5, Ben White 6.5, Holding 7. Holding had a good game today. Gabriel 7, Thomas Partey 6.5. Let's keep a look at them Thomas Partey scores, guys. We've got Xhaka 7, Odegaard 8, Martinelli 7.5, Saka 8.5, Lacazette 7.5, Arteta 8. And it says it's Kez at the end of that. G has gone for 7 Ramsdale, 6 Ben White, 8 Tierney, Holding 7, Gabriel 7, another 8 for Thomas Partey, 6 for Xhaka, 9, another 9 for Odegaard, 9 for Saka, 7.5 for Martinelli, 8 for Lacazette, 9 for Arteta, and he says Arteta in after trolling us for a whole year with his Arteta out. Lewis, you got the conch. Yeah.
Ramsdale gets a 7, typical quiet day, did what he needed to do, clean sheet. Ben White, obviously out of position, you have to take that into consideration. He did put us into quite a bit of trouble. So for me, he gets a 6. Holding, a solid 7. Gabriel's probably 7.5. Tierney gets a 7.5. He's lucky because he got the goal. Otherwise, that mark would have been a bit lower. Xhaka, I have to be kind here. I'll probably give him a 7. He recovered well after the yellow card, and he's one of those players that loves to play on the edge. He always plays on the edge, and I think after that yellow card, he kind of settled down and said to himself, "Do you know what? All right, I've had my moment of madness. Let me just calm it down and just, keep my head on the game." Thomas Partey, probably give him a 6.5. I thought he wasn't great, but he wasn't good. It was just quite disappointed with him over the last few weeks. Saka, even though he scored, I think, at 8.5, he kind of floated in and out of the game. For me, Odegaard gets a 9. He was instrumental in what we did today. Everything went through him, created quite a few of the goals. Martinelli gets a 7.5. Great work rate, as always, but just lacking that end product. And, when you have a winger or a forward that, mucks in with the defensive side of the game and you get a clean sheet, you got to give him props for that. Lacazette, he gets an 8. I know he got the goal from the penalty. Everything also went through him eventually. Led the team very well. So he gets an 8. And Arteta, I'll give him a 7.5 from Arteta. I thought he could have made changes just a little bit earlier in the game. But when he did make the changes, especially ESR, it was an impact sub. And, you want at least one of the 3 subs to get a goal for you, which happened.
And that's your lot, yeah? Have you done Arteta?
Yeah, I gave Arteta 7.5.
Excellent. Bertram, you got the conch.
So I'll start off first with 2 things. One is Tony's apologizing to everyone except me. I noticed that. And I don't understand why, because he was wrong with the Anderson Odegaard comparison. Secondly, I'm very concerned that we have 6 games in January and Partey, Pepe, all our players going to the African Nations Cup. So we don't have that balance. We don't have that depth. Frank. So we seem like we have extra person now with Smith Rowe not starting. But 6 games in less than 30 days is not a good look. And it's going to be very, very difficult. They're coming quick and fast. And we're playing Liverpool both in the EFL. So a difficult team, so you can't take any breaks. Having said that, in terms of the grades, it's a very strange game to grade. Why? So I don't see how we differentiate the 7 players who play deep, apart from Tierney and White, about their performance. They all seem very similar. White made a couple of mistakes, one which could be devastating for a better team, and Tierney scored a goal. But apart from that, they all seem very similar to me. So if someone said I give them an 8 or a 7 in defense, and my question is, what did they do to deserve that? What was the differentiating factor that suggests that I should get an 8 or 7.5? Apart from Tierney scoring or White making a mistake, I don't see the difference. So everyone gets a 7. Apart from Tierney gets a 7.5 and White gets a 6.5. They're all very similar to me, whether it's Xhaka or Partey or Ramsdale. So Ramsdale, to me, didn't make a save except for the header by Gabriel. So how do you get an 8 or a 7.5 or even a 7? It's very difficult to grade. But then you get a clean sheet. So the question is, how do you get a clean sheet and not give very good grades, but I'm asking you what we do defensively to get the good grade. So it's a conundrum. So I'm gonna go safe and say they all get 7 apart from Tierney and White. As we relate to the forward players, I agree with Tony, and I seem to agree a lot with certain things nowadays, except Henderson versus Odegaard. So I don't see how we give Saka a 9, because I'm not sure what Saka did in the game for him scoring the 2 goals. Now, goals are imperative, goals are essential. But I'm thinking about the game or how Saka played. He did okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
He was like against West Ham, where he played better against West Ham.
Bertram, sorry, I apologize.
Apollo, it's my time, it's not your time. You can't come in.
I know, but I just Bertram, come on.
Apollo, it's not your time, it's my time. So against West Ham, Saka was having 4 people on him. It was making moves, creating space, finding gaps, making. This game, he scored 2 goals.
I give up.
I'm gonna give him an 8, but I'm telling you guys what I saw. It was the same with the defender. I said the defenders didn't really have to do too much, but they all get 7 for no differentiating factors. I mean, think about it. What did Gabriel have to do today? He played hard. He blocked a shot. He tackled. What did he have to do today? He gets a 7.5 for some people. What did he do today? And Norwich is it the opponent or is it us? I think it's both, actually. Because our last 5, and here's the biggest factor for us, even though I hate to say this. The biggest difference between us for the last 4 or 5 games or before was no Abba. Forget about the opponent, it's no Abba. The team changed in terms of how they play. Because Laka is a point man like an Odegaard. You have 2 players up top holding the ball up, not losing the ball, making space. I give Saka an 8 because he had 2 very good goals, but I'm not sure he was prominent throughout the game. I give Odegaard an 8.5. I think he was the conductor today. He ran the show. I give Laka an 8.5. He's got a penalty, scored it. But I'm looking at how do you bring people into play? How do you link up the play? He's brilliant at putting himself between the man and the ball. So then he's comfortable with having some little flicks or touches that get out of difficult situations to find his teammate, which I think is a differentiating factor because Abba has none of that. Even though I disagree with how Abba has been treated, there's none of that. So I give him an 8.5. I give Martinelli a 7. Look, he ran hard today, but I'm not sure how effective he was. A couple of times, even Apollo mentioned this. He had a pass. He went down deep in the half, top of the box, just made a random pass to no one. Right? Didn't find a man. Was picking a man out. Even though I think he was effective because his defensive work is stellar. He's helping Tierney out a lot, so less pressure for Tierney, less thing Tierney have to do. But offensively, I'm not sure he was that effective. I give Smith Rowe a 7.5. You can't come on the field and score every single game almost. Probably should get an 8, frankly. Limited time. You're putting the ball in the net. You're effective on the ball. You probably should get an 8 versus because they had all game to score 2 goals by Saka. He had a few minutes to put the ball in the net. I won't grade Pepe or El Neni. They weren't on the field long enough. I didn't give Arteta. Look, I'm conflicted with Arteta because at some point you're going to burn your team out. You play the same team every game. So now Pepe leaves. Now Abba leaves. Now Partey leaves. You got to rely on those same players. So even though the Sakas that are with Smith Rowe are young, Smith Rowe maybe not. He probably can play all 6 games in January because he hasn't played much the last couple of games. But Martinelli and Saka are going to be challenged come January with 6 games in less than 25 days. But I'll give him an 8 because you know what? We've been winning. And by the way, we've been winning by scoring a number of goals, not just winning 1-0 or 2-1.
Exactly.
We're scoring 4 or 5 goals. And you know what? This is not corner league or this is not playing in the park. These are Premier League players. You're scoring 4 goals no matter who's on the field.
Bush League.
So we have done well. But Apollo, I'm not knocking Saka. He's been scoring goals. But I gotta talk what I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. But I am gonna say that this is what Bertram is trying to explain about Lacazette. If any of you guys know who this guy is, he's 36 years old. Yeah.
CP3.
Yeah, he's 36 years old. And this guy's the brainchild behind the whole team. And while he might not get talked about, or his statistics might not be up there with the top guys in the league, the team is balanced on him. They got the 2nd best record in the NBA now. But to me, when I look at Lacazette, all I can see is this guy here. So let's have a look with did I do cool?
Still have Naomi, Naomi hasn't gone yet.
I know, but I've got to read some of the guys out in the chat as well. I know I did Jews. Right. Ramsdale, Kuke says Ramsdale is a 7, White 7, Tierney 7, Holding 7, bloody hell, everybody 7, Party 7.5. I think that's his highest today, isn't it? Or did somebody give him an 8 before? Xhaka 6.5.
G gave him an 8. I think G gave him an 8.
Yeah, Odegaard 9, Saka 9, Martinelli 8. Scores are quite consistent among everybody in the chat. Laka 7.5, Arteta 9, and we've got 18. 18 says Jerk Chicken 7. That's Ramsdale. Ben Red 6. He's done this before. He has.
I thought it was Curry Goat or Oxtail. I didn't know it was Jerk Chicken.
Something like that. He's done this before. He's done this before. Ben Red 6. Holdinho 7. Blade. That's Gabriel. Blade 7.
Because of his haircut.
Yeah, because that's a good one.
I'm pretty sure that is. I'm pretty sure that's Mr. Ashton. I'm pretty sure that's Mr. Ashton. There.
No, it's not. It's not Tom.
No, yeah, it's not Tom. It's Jarrell. It's the guys you've seen. You've seen some guys make comments on my stream with numbers. Yeah, all of those guys work for my company. So Terry, Jarrell, David, all them guys you see making those comments, it's those guys who work at my company. That's why I cuss him off about Ebony, because he's pulling my chain. Braveheart, that's Tierney, it gets an 8. Swiss Army Knife, that's Xhaka, gets a 6. Shaft.
What? Swiss Army Knife.
Yeah.
Oh, Swiss.
Shaft, you called Party Black Panther last time. No, you called him T'Challa. He called him T'Challa last time. Right. He's calling him Shaft. Backhand on me is stupid. I'm not stupid. That's Japanese, by the way, guys, if you don't know Japanese. That's Saka, 9. Thor, that's Odegaard. 9. Senna is Martinelli, that's 7.5.
Martinelli, yeah. Beep, beep.
Musketeer, that's Lacazette, that's an 8.
Yeah.
And El Zorro, all right, yeah, very entertaining. Thank you, 18, as always.
I like that.
He's a comedian.
18.
That's quality.
Entertaining.
That's quality.
Yeah, that's solid. Neomis, you got the conch. No, GK still saying Shaft. I don't get it. No, he said T'Challa last time, which made more sense because he's African, right? Yeah, so I don't get the Shaft thing, but go on.
No, it's his profile. Look at his height, and look at how he is, right? I think it's his physical dimension that suggests he's Shaft. You can see him being a Shaft coat, long coat, with that big gun.
I see what you mean.
It's his physical dimension.
I see it. All right.
And he's a bad mother.
I didn't want to say that.
Go on, Neomis. You got the conch.
Okay, so I'm going to give the goalkeeper and everyone in the back line except for Tierney 7s. Like Bertram, I thought that they were pretty similar. Ben White, I gave a little bit more of, because before I would have given him a 6.5 like Apollo, but he's playing out of position. It's not his natural position, but I thought besides from the 2 fouls, I thought he did pretty well in that role. Holden, I'm a fan of, so it's good to see him back in the first team. Gabriel, again, like solid performance. And Ramsdale didn't really have much to do in the game, but did what he does best. Tierney, I'm actually going to give an 8. I like to see defenders score goals. Overall, I thought he had a good performance as well. Defensively decent, but again, like you guys said throughout the game, a lot of the kind of crosses that he was making wasn't either going to people. It seems like when he's crossing, I think he just tries to cross it into the area and hope that someone is going to get something on it instead of maybe aiming for a specific player. So, maybe he's been asked to do that, or maybe that's just how he does that, but that's something that probably should be worked on. Xhaka, I gave a 6.5, and Party, I gave a 6.5. I thought they were okay. nothing special. The 2 yellow cards that they picked up, I think, was pretty needless overall. But from them, okay performance. I think for party standards, that's not good. For Xhaka standards, that's probably really good for him, because most of the time last season I was giving him 4s and 5s at best. So that's where those two are. Saka, I'm actually going to give an 8.5. Scored 2 goals, something I've criticized him for. He should score more goals. And again, I'm glad to see the progress. For me, I've always said at the start of the season, if he gets double-digit 10 goals or 10 assists or some type of combination of that, and he's moving in the right direction, then definitely the goal side. So for him to score 2, I'm happy about that. Odegaard, I'm also going to give an 8.5. Really good passing, creativity, just setting up so many different chances for players, getting the 2 assists, which is another thing that I criticize him for. Like, over the past several games, he's been playing really, really well. And I think someone's, either it's Tony or Apollo, said that now he's really owning the role. So I'm liking what I see from him. Martinelli, I'm actually going to give a 7. Worked hard, did what he needed to do, did cause Norwich problems, but for me, wasn't as good as the other players. Wasn't as good as Saka and Odegaard and a Lacazette in the game. So for me, I'm going to give him a solid 7 performance. And then Lacazette, for me, I also gave an 8.5. Again, holds the ball up well, scored a goal, got an assist, doing all the hard work, all the work that you don't get credit for in games, and now he's getting goals for it. So like, big props up for Lacazette for that. It is a shame that he's going to be leaving at the end of the season, and I do wonder who we are going to get to replace him. Because the mold of the striker, for me, we should be looking for is in that Lacazette mold, but someone younger that fits more of the ideology that we're looking at. So I'm interested to see what happens. Maybe we could get him on another year, which might be beneficial for there. And then Arteta, I'm actually going to give a 9. Consistency with the team selection, doing exactly the things I've criticized him for, and consistent with the team lineup, executing it well with the tactics. Super sub with Emil Smith-Rowe, who I also would have given an 8 in the game, and just really doing everything that's need be. The only thing that I'd say I would have liked more is to see Nketiah. I'd like to see more Pepe, and like Apollo mentioned, Charlie Patino. I thought maybe should have got a run out since he was on the bench. But beside that, I think very good performance. We did what we needed to do, which was to get the 3 points.
Yeah, I'm not sure Laka is leaving. There is nothing like feeling wanted. I'm telling you, there's nothing. Look, he was always the second striker. Abba was the man.
Yeah.
The coach may convince him he's the man. You never know. Now the question is, can he get more money someplace else? He's on a high salary, but you have that fee you get, right, when you're a free agent.
Well, Bertram, the answer to that at this current point in time is no. And the reason why I'm saying that is because last summer's transfer market was an indication to older, more costlier players that there just isn't the market for your service right now. And there is a market to build on youth and stability. So a lot of the money that was being spent in the summer transfer by all teams was from players who had market value. Players who were 29, 30, 31 they have zero market value. Unless you're a team like Brighton who are looking for a striker, and we're already hearing that they've contacted Nketiah's agent. So again, instead of a Lacazette, you're looking for somebody who's younger who can still facilitate growth. Because
but Apollo, his game was never speed, right? How he plays now, he how he plays. So you could see him playing for 3 more good years. Because he hasn't been overused like even Abba, for example. He's a hold-up player. He's a Firmino type player. He plays in the hole. He holds the ball up. He brings people into play. He's been playing 3 more years at the same pace. You know, he works hard. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is this, he doesn't cost you anything apart from a high salary, frankly. You're not paying a fee, maybe a sign-on bonus. That's why he may be attractive to some teams, because unlike a younger player like an Nketiah who may have cost you something, Nketiah won't cost you anything either. He's like Laka, but he's also young, so you're right about that.
Yeah, we're just getting some feedback. I think it's from Lewis at the moment. My overall opinion is, look, 180 grand a week is not a lot. It's a lot, but it's not a lot for a top 4 team or a team playing in Europe. That's the going rate. Yeah, it's the going rate. If you want a striker, you're going to have to be prepared to submit that kind of cash. And look, if he can give you 15 to 20 goals a season, that's a benefit, because we're starting to see goals coming from elsewhere, which was the problem all along. Yeah. Yes, it's nice to have a striker who can score you 25, 30 goals a season, but that doesn't happen every year. You know, that's a lightning in the bottle. If you can find someone who can do that, great. But for now, let's take the consistency. And as I said, I made a point 2 weeks ago saying after 60 minutes, you used to see this guy dead on the field, like dead, like laid out flat, gassed. Now, since he's become captain, all of a sudden, Lacazette is playing with vigor and stamina, which I've never seen from the player before.
Apollo, it's game time, Apollo. You're building up stamina when you're getting game time at this is not training anymore.
I agree.
Playing in games, you're playing 90 minutes, so you build up that stamina versus training where you may take some time off. He's playing well. Look, Abba is the one that's out. I can't see Abba, recovering, frankly, from all of this. I don't see him coming back.
Yeah, me neither. I really don't. And
so I was intrigued to have this conversation with you guys, actually, because I feel like we're at that crux moment now. We're a week away from the transfer window opening, and we've heard rumors that Barcelona are interested in taking Aubameyang, whether that means player plus cash or whether it means players just swapping, whatever the terms that they can do. In my estimation, me personally, I'm biting Barcelona's hand off and saying, go, take him. Because
Tony, they're suggesting Coutinho. Question is, would you take Coutinho?
I'm going to take him, you know.
Bertram, they're talking about Dembele. They're talking about Dembele.
Dembele, I think, just signed a new contract at reduced rate, I heard.
Well,
okay. He's not going anywhere.
So,
I thought he was out of contract.
He was.
I'm not really that interested in Coutinho or Dembele, because I feel like they're players that don't really add to what we have in the positions they play currently.
Oh, Dembele definitely does. Dembele definitely.
He won't get the game time, Apollo. He's going to play over, Apollo.
Dembele's
we don't need wingers. We need center midfielders. De Jong may be the answer versus Dembele.
I would go with De Jong, definitely.
Yeah, that's not a bad shot. Renato Sanchez is probably still your number one target, though, Bertram, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has to be, given he's available. 25 million.
Very much more interested in this.
He can't be going for just 25 mil, though.
It's 25 mil.
It's his clause, the contract clause. He reminds me of he reminds me of Armand Traore. He's just a bully.
Yeah.
Have you seen the guy's shoulders? His torso. He's a bully.
I'm really not expecting a great deal in a January transfer window, because I just feel it's the wrong time of the year to be getting that significant player. But if we get a Renato Sanchez, fine, great. But my expectations are not great. However, my big question is, we have to sort the riddle of Aubameyang. And if we can get rid of him, that's a huge amount of salary coming out the window, yeah? And it sorts out some of this pecking order business. Now, it leads me to the question, what do you offer Lacazette for next season? Because for me, based on what you just said, Apollo, we should be going to Lacazette and saying, you know what? If nobody's interested in buying you, yeah, if nobody wants to pay you the money that they're saying you want to get paid, then maybe I can renegotiate and say, well, you know what? You're in the tail end of your career. You've got a good deal here. Maybe we can organize and say, we give you a year and we either give you a slightly lower salary or we stick with what you've got. 2 years you don't get. I'm not giving him 2 years.
Tony, If you're Lacazette, you can get a sign-on fee no matter if you're third year or not, giving you quality, right?
Yeah, but you still got to pay that player.
Wait. Sign-off fee of say 5 to 10 million.
Yeah.
And you get 100,000 a year. Translate to 200G a year. That's how it works out.
That's how it works out.
I'm telling you, that's how it works out.
Yeah,
Bertrand, who's going to pay that,
Bertrand? The only problem with that is the current
Newcastle.
market. The current market doesn't dictate that at this present time until we see
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah?
Not in the Premier League, guys. No, I disagree. In the Premier League, it dictates that. Outside the Premier League, no. In the Premier League, it does.
Look, guys, Willian had a good offer from Chelsea, and he decided to go anyway. Why? Because
he wanted a 3-year contract.
Because Arsenal gave him a 14 million signing on bonus.
No, he wanted a 3-year contract from Chelsea. They wouldn't give him 3 years.
And the signing bonus. Yeah,
so he left.
He weren't going to get that 14 million signing bonus from Chelsea.
3 years of players over 30 years old.
So we're going into unknown territory here at the moment with Lacazette. His agent, no doubt, is going to test the waters. He's going to see if something out there is going to give his client market value. In my opinion, I don't think there is.
Tony and Apollo, they already tested the market, guys. They already tested the market.
Okay.
They've already tested the market. They know what they're worth.
Bertram, let's be honest. Yeah. Do you not think they tested the market last year?
No. The question is, So Tony, last year. No, Tony. Here's the difference. Tony, last year he still had a year and a half left, right? Arsenal had to agree to sell for a fee.
This summer, just gone, he's got a year left.
Yes. But here's my point,
so
though, which is
nobody coming in saying, "Oh, hang on a second."
Because there's no money out there. That's what I told Bertrand. There's no money out there.
Apollo, we offer him a deal. He said no because he already tested the market. He already tested. He already knows what he's worth in the market. He already knows who wants him. That's what signed the contract we gave him.
Yeah, we're all gonna have to wait to see what happens. Yeah,
you wouldn't take that risk.
We're gonna have to wait to see what happens. But what we do know is that there's no money out there. What we do know is that the big teams are suffering. What we do know is that someone like Locatelli refused to go to Arsenal for a team that didn't even have the money to buy him. And then he eventually went to Juventus because they got the agreement to pay for him over 5 years. 30 million. Oh, that's how broke people are. They don't have no money.
But Apollo,
we're going to have to wait to see what the market dictates in terms of.
I'm talking Premier League, Apollo, not other leagues. I'm talking Premier League. Premier League has money.
Yes.
Tony, they just fired Tony. They just doubled the NBC contract here. They double what they were going to get.
Yeah. I get it, Bertram. Okay. But I don't see outside of Newcastle. I don't see no club buying Lacazette.
Right, so both of you guys are right, and I'll say why, because Tony's correct in terms of what he just made with his statement. Bertram's correct in terms of the Premier League has money. Here's the problem, guys. When I was doing math last week, I was talking to peers from Amazon Prime, and we were talking about the biggest problem in the Premier League right now, which nobody is talking about, is that teams are losing money. So if you want to buy a team in the Premier League, at the moment, in this climate, you're not making money. Owning a Premier League team in COVID situations is a loss leader. Teams are losing money. We know Arsenal are losing 40 million every year. They're not making any money right now. We don't know what the long-term prospects are going to be. We don't know how long COVID's going to be here. But we're just talking about the here and now, Bertram.
Yeah,
so the issue is how can you turn that around? What teams are doing, and we're not disclosing Newcastle, they're an anomaly at the moment, and we have to see how the financial fair play rules by the FA, which has been pushed on them, actually affects them. At the moment, though, they can spend 300 million. That's what we do know. But I digress. The issue is how is this going to impact what is going to be offered to him regarding his salary? Because he's on 180. I wouldn't leave Arsenal unless you give me. Well, it's more about the signing bonus than it is the salary anyway. But we are really going into the unknown. We really are, because teams are losing money, and everyone's holding on to their purse in the hope that we're going to get out of this in the next 12 to 24 months.
So look, the Premier League is not. Look, the biggest problem for the Premier League is players' salary. I agree with that. I think I heard Simon Jordan say 80% of your expenses player salary. I thought it was a lesser number. That's huge. No business can survive. That's not sustainable.
Yeah.
They have in the NFL, everyone in the US, people complain about restrictions on, players' compensation or the fact that you have caps. Caps work. It helps you to be profitable. It helps you to pay your expenses. When you have no cap, like Major League Baseball, it's a free-for-all. Teams want to win. They make bad decisions. So the fact of the matter is, players' salary are out of ilk in the Premier League. It's not has been in Europe, frankly, not just the Premier League. And if that doesn't change, it becomes you have to be a billionaire plus to have a team because you won't be profitable. So why in business? And the way teams are making money for owners is mainly about the appreciation of the asset versus income. You want to make money from income, not just the asset appreciation. You can reinvest back in your business. I don't know how that works on a long-term basis unless players' salary get cut. And the age, but you know what it work, Apollo? Age is going to be restricted to what, 10% of the transfer fee going forward?
Yes, that's the
new
rule. Yeah,
compensation
that's right.
from their players. So you'll probably see some changes, but how material would those changes be?
Yeah, and also how will they be pleased?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
I think too actively.
Exactly, and that's a scary thought. I don't even want to get into that conversation because, last year blew up in my face.
If it's anything like financial fair play, then you can just forget it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. So, guys, closing comments. Tony, what's your thoughts about today? Overall thoughts.
A fantastic win. I mean, we made our predictions at the start of the game. You and I thought we would be doing well with a 3-0 win. So to come out with a 5-0 win, that's made me ecstatic. It's completed a great weekend. We go to tomorrow, Monday night smoke for the Miami Dolphins. Let's go. Show the T-shirt, bro. With pride, yeah.
Let's go, Fins.
So, we just need the Dolphins to win, and that makes our weekend complete. So, very happy. Once again, Arsenal are playing football. We're playing football. I know we're not always completely happy with the quality, but we are balling out right now. 5 goals. Yeah. You can't complain.
Yeah.
So, long may that continue. We know we got more harder tests to come, but enjoy it while we got it.
Cool K saying, are you streaming? Well, I'm at the game tomorrow with Ebony in 2 days with Ebony. I don't know whether you guys want to do it. If they do, then I'll talk to Miss. Yeah, I'll talk to Lisa then, and Lisa would sort you guys out. Lewis, what's your overall thoughts of today?
I thought we started off quite slow, got the first goal that settled the nerves, and then it was just about the inevitable. There was going to be more goals to come. It could have gone in a worse way with Xhaka, getting sent off, but gladly he didn't. But it's one of them things where Arteta sent out the team to do a certain job, get the 3 points, and that's it. And that's all that you want. You want to put the pressure on those teams that have got the extra games. Because I've had too many people say to me, but Tottenham this, Man United this, man. They still have to play the games to get the points. Where I would rather be in our position where we're playing our games as scheduled and we're winning, getting the 3 points. And that's all that you want right now. I could be a little bit nitpicky where, the some of the football, not all, some of the football could be a little bit better. But, when you're up against a team like Norwich that are fighting for relegation, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be scrappy. You're not going to see that champagne type of football. But to come away from home with 5 goals and add to the whole difference, that's all you want.
And Lewis, to be fair, the only game that we have to really go out and win is the 16th of January against Spurs, because Spurs, it doesn't matter what they do in their 2 games in hand. What matters is the Arsenal game. If we beat Spurs there, we put a massive dampener on them trying to claw that deficit back. For Arsenal, that's probably our biggest game of the season. I know we got to deal with the away games, but we need to shut Spurs down because they're winning right now.
We definitely do. And, for us to win that game away from home would be absolutely massive. You know, like that will really, really put the confidence amongst the team to say, do you know what, we're really on for the target that Arteta set. And for me, it's not a matter of, you know, being in the top 4 at the end of the season is like the absolute biggest bonus that you'll get. But for me, for us to get back into European football is not that Europa Conference League, because I don't want none of that. But as long as we're in Europa, you can kind of do something from there. And this team is still young. You know, they're still feeling their way a little bit around, you know, the league and stuff like that. But as they're picking up these wins, they're just growing and growing and growing in confidence. So for me, as just keep playing the way that they are, kind of tidy it up a little bit, and, you know, the world's their oyster.
Bertram, what's your thoughts on today's game? Happy with where we are right now?
So I am more pleased with the process, right? Okay, I look at our team, our starting 11. I look at Smith Rowe, Pepe, Saliba, Lakanga. I mean, I look at all these players who can get into our team, and I see we're building a squad that when we look at the squad, we'll have interchangeable parts and that be able to compete on a long-term basis, not short-term. But the youngest team in the Premier League, we are in 4th place, given that some teams have games on us, and we're making progress. See the progress. My main concern is the center-forward spot, given Laka's situation, given Abba's situation, given Nketiah's situation, which is key. And the one thing that's important, guys, which we haven't talked about, which is I haven't given my center-forward a 4 in the last 4 games, 5 games. I haven't given him a 4 because I've always given him a 4 or 5 if he doesn't score, which is key to any team. How is my main person up front playing? Whether if he's scoring, he's holding on the ball up, he's running to space, he's making passes, he's creating opportunities for others. That's an imperative for us. So I am pleased with it. I'm not going to talk about today's game that much. We won 5-0. Norwich is Norwich, even though I think they played well against Man U and they had all their players then. I'm more concerned, I'm more pleased around the fact that we can get 3rd versus 4th. I think Chelsea's reachable and beatable unless they get unless they get their full contingent of players back. Because I'm watching them against Villa today, and frankly, Villa's been the better team. So the question for us is, are we satisfied where we're going? Or do we see ourselves, even though we're young, keep on making progress, going up the ladder, and ensuring that, you know what, at the end of the day, and Villa look like they just scored. And as I said before, I'm watching this game, and Villa look like the better team to me.
Oh, wow.
It looked like they scored. I think they scored. Yes, it's 1-0 Villa. But Villa looks good, by the way. It's not the same Villa team we played. They look better than the team we played. But I'm curious to see what we look like. We talk about Man City on the first. I'm concerned about Wolves coming up next because Wolves are a very difficult team defensively. They've only given up 14 goals all season, which is the best, I think, in the PL. Probably next to Man City, probably. You know, Man City gave up a lot of goals today, so they probably have the best.
So you have to
record in the Premier League.
So you have to look at our home record for that, Bertram.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I'm just saying. Look, we are playing well, no matter who one to consider our opponents are. We're winning games, and most importantly, which was the case for the last 2.5 years, we're scoring goals, especially against the Leicester team in abundance. So it all bodes well for us going forward. But I'm more focused on the future, because right now is gravy, I think, given where we are and what we're doing, what Dorsey potential is. And if you bring in a Sanchez, for example, to replace a Xhaka, if you have a backup for Partey, which may be Lakanga, we find a center forward, either Laka stays or not, we're in good shape.
Yeah, someone's actually, Kuke's talked about Bertrand, what happened to Cantwell. What about Max Aarons, man?
Look, when bad teams with bad players make it depresses you. It's not a good thing for Cantwell or Aarons or all those players. No, when you play on bad teams, you look really bad sometimes, no matter how good you are.
Oh, man.
Aarons hasn't been the same Aarons who was in the first iteration when he was in the Premier League. He hasn't been the same player, I don't think. They lost Buendia, who was good for them in the championship. So they're not the same team. And they haven't been playing as well as you'd expect.
Yeah, I mean,
they played well against Man U. They should have won the Man U game, actually.
Yeah, they should have. They should have. Yeah, Pookie's got 5 goals this season, but I mean that's in all competitions. He's struggling in the Premier League.
So Kuke, I don't know Kuke. Cantwell, yeah, I don't know. Some of these players, their form hasn't been the same.
Yeah. Neomis, you got the conch. What do you think of the result today? League table, happy with where we are?
Yeah, definitely better than where I thought we'd be. We're about 4 points better than where I thought we'd be at this point in the season. So I'm happy about that. In terms of can we finish top 4, yeah, it is possible. I'm gonna go with a no because I set my expectations this season as being pretty low. So it looks like we're gonna exceed that, and whichever way that looks, I'm happy about. But yeah, I think right now we should just enjoy the ride as it is and take all the positives because it's gonna get tougher in the second half of the season. So basically, the first half of the season is done, and now we're back at square one. So yeah, I think all Arsenal fans should be happy, enjoy it, but yeah, we've got 50% more to go. That's
and think about Neonis. We have 35 points from what? 16 games, because the first 3 didn't count.
No, Bertram, no.
No. That's a good match.
No.
Yeah,
We got 35 points. We got 35 points from 19 games. That means at the end of the season, we should finish around
35 from 16,
70
35 from 16. First 3 didn't count.
So, no.
And you know what? Listen, I believe that's caught up to catch the other teams that are struggling with COVID. Because when we struggled with COVID against Brentford, nobody wanted to listen to anything. Now all of a sudden they want to sit down and have meetings with the FA and the Premier League and all this. No, carry on. They said that you need 14 players to play the game. So why you think we got a squad of 25? Put the 14 players on the pitch and play the damn game. Stop.
And Bidders gave away a stupid penalty. That's madness.
Yeah.
That's a stupid penalty. How can you give a penalty in that? That makes no sense.
He didn't need to go in there.
Why are you doing that?
Who gave the penalty away?
Matthew Cash.
Oh my god.
The thing is, Hudson.
You know the problem is, Lewis, in this game, Lewis, if you're watching the game. So they've been attacking to the left side all game, and Gerrard hasn't provided help for Cash on the left. All they're doing is switching the ball to the left.
Gerrard's not there today.
And
Gerrard's not on the
managing. Poor management.
Oh, has Gerrard got COVID?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. From what I've read, I don't know if anything's changed since then, but I did read that he got COVID, so he wouldn't be at the game.
That's poor managing.
But then again, I know we're kind of deviating from what we're meant to be talking about, but surely one of the senior players or the centre back, one of the lead centre backs should be saying, "Yo, Matty, like, come on now, like, this ball's gonna get switched over here. Get yourself in a better shape defensively." Like if a player's going away from goal, don't.
He has no help, Lewis. No help. They have 3 men on that side, and he's getting no help. That's ridiculous. They're playing.
But then, do you call it good tactical play from Tuchel for him to recognize that Cash is the weak link in the defense?
No, I call it poor management.
And to overload that side.
If you have a weak link, you give the weak link help. If they're overloading one side, you provide help for that side. Poor management.
Yeah, so a little of both then. It's a bit of both then. It's good. It's good tactical nous from Tuchel, but it's also poor management from the Villa coaching staff.
Every single attack come from that side. I should say 95% of the attack come from one side. Don't you then help that side, or are you just gonna let it go all game? Eventually they score, which what happened.
Just overloading them, man.
Yeah.
So guys, listen.
If you look at Arsenal in the past, like that Arsenal's stronger down their left than they have been down their right. So you go and attack the weak side. It's always wrong. If a team's weak down the middle, you attack the middle.
No, but every ball they play, almost 95% come from one side. They're playing 2 up top, so they're defensively challenged because Boindu is playing the 10. So you're not balanced in the first place. You got to change it up. You have to change it up.
Mad. All right, guys. So listen, that's the end of the stream, guys. Thank you, guys, for joining us. Arsenal are now 6 points clear in 4th after West Ham's defeat to Southampton. And it's even worse for Norwich. They're now 3 points off 17th place, Watford. And they've played 2 games more than Watford as well. And they've played 3 games more than Burnley, who are in 18th. So it's looking pretty bad for Norwich at the moment. But thanks for joining us with the stream, guys. We're going to be back. Them guys want to do the Wolves game. So we're probably going to be streaming that. And I'll be at the Emirates with Ebony. And guys, again, enjoy your Christmas weekend and bank holiday. And we'll speak to you guys soon. Thanks for everybody to join us, man. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys.